Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Inside the Mind of RLQ. We're at number 16 right now. Oh, wow. I can't believe it's actually been at 16. I'm actually trying to do more of these lives, as you know, for my regulars that do come and on my YouTube live on Inside the Mind of RLQ. You guys know who you are. I see two people here. I don't know who's here yet. Let me go to the comments right now. And I usually do it at 7:30, but I had a setback with the I had to reorganize a little bit for my background. As you can see, I shifted a few things. It looks kind of different from last time. So it's supposed to be at 7:30, but it's 8 o'clock now. So I'm just gonna wait for some people here. I don't know who's here yet, but I do see a couple of people here, and I'm gonna wait. If guys can tell me if you can hear me, that'd be perfect. So yeah, it's been a pretty busy week for me. And I've been trying to get back on my regular routine of doing I did a Facebook Live not too long ago. Some of you may have seen that. And I am trying to do a YouTube Live once a week as well. So that's going to be two live streams per week. So and when I got sick and then I hurt myself, that kind of slowed me down. So I wasn't able to do my lives as frequently as I wanted to. So I don't see anybody in the chat yet. So if someone could just say hi, I could know who's actually here. Because tonight, if I do have a guest, her name is Pam, and she is going to talk about her. She was diagnosed with lung cancer and back in 2018. So I'm hoping to see her soon, and she could talk about her story. And I don't think she's going to come live as a guest so you won't be able to see her, but she will be telling her story on the chat in the chat room. So you'll be able to see on the chat. I see somebody, Cecilia. Hi, how are you doing? I don't know if the chat is lagging actually, because you might have set this chat a while ago. And I see Narita. Hey, Narita, how are you doing? That's who I forgot to message, Narita. I was going through this list of all these people I wanted to message, and Narita, I missed you out. Oh, I'm so sorry. I have to remember that. Hi, Josephine. Good morning. I think I messaged you, Josephine, right? Thank you so much for coming. I'm still waiting for people to come. So hopefully you guys aren't in a rush to go anywhere. I am waiting for more people to show up, and I'm starting to see them come now. They probably just saw the link or the notification. So hi, Cecilia. Is this your first time here? Maybe you probably were on my last stream, but I think this is the first time I've seen you on my chat, Cecilia. Yeah, so it is morning there for Josephine. You're from the Philippines, right, Josephine? How is it? Kaylee, Kaylee, you made it. Good morning for Germany again. I'm here, but will be silent as I wrote to you on Messenger. Yes, Kaylee, I know. I know you weren't going to show up, but you did. Just like last time, you weren't going to show up, but you did. Thank you so much, Kaylee. It really means so much to me that you showed up. And Rita showed up. Hi, Rita. How are you doing? I might be able to get you on live tonight, right, Rita? Because tonight's quote I'm going to be talking about is about not giving up and having that there's something deep inside you, right? That doesn't allow you to give up, right? So we're going to talk about that. And I was on your Facebook chat before. Oh, okay, Cecilia, you were on my Facebook. Yeah, my Facebook. This is very my YouTube lives are a little bit different than my Facebook lives because the crowd is much smaller. So we're going to get a chance to, communicate much better while we're here. And I can read everything. So I'll try to respond to you guys as much as I can. Narita's still not well. What's wrong, Narita? How are you? Are you ill? Hope you're doing okay. And yes, Kaylee, it's okay. You don't have to speak that much. I'll do most of the talking. I am waiting for Pam. As I said before, she was diagnosed with lung cancer, and I just wanted her to share her story because when you hear news about your health, especially when it has something to do with cancer, it is devastating, right? So you just don't know when it's gonna be, how long it's going to be where you're going to be like, oh, is this it? And to fight through that is one heck of a battle that anyone has to go through, right? Like my anxiety and depression was bad, but when you're talking about like major health issues, it's a huge concern, right? And on top of that, how are you supposed to move forward when or the doctors or someone's telling you that you're not going to be here for much longer, right? Like mentally, how are you supposed to prepare yourself for that? And and obviously physically, right? It's just going to be hard for you, right? So stick around because I really want you guys to hear her story. Natalie made it. Tracy made it. Natalie made it. She just came back from work. I messaged her and she's like, "Yeah, I can make it. I can make it." So I'm so happy you made it, Natalie. I don't think I did. Oh yeah, I think you missed my last live, right, Natalie? But it's okay. As long as you're here, everything's good. And Tracy is here. Tracy, how are you doing? I'm seeing all you guys here. You know what? It makes me feel so good that you guys are here. I love this community. As you guys know, we have such amazing people here. There's so much love, and wait till Patty comes. Patty, Patty. Hi, Michelle. How are you doing, Michelle? Nice to see you. How are you, Michelle? Thank you for joining. And Kaylee says, "Oh yes, there's something inside of me. Maybe it's one of my other identities of my dad." I mean, hey, when I was going through my anxiety and depression, I don't know how many different identities I had, like so many different voices that I was listening. I was talking about that on my last Facebook Live about the voices I was hearing, right? And it was just me trying to figure out how am I supposed to get rid of them, right? And I looked at them as different entities, like they weren't me. Like I knew it wasn't me, right? But it actually was my mind telling me all these things. So I had to figure a way. But we'll get into that later. Tracy's doing well. Yes, Tracy, I'm glad you're doing well. Makes me feel so good. Happy. Can you guys hear me okay? Like, is it clear? If you guys can just let me know, that'd be great. Natalie says, yes, and I'm glad you have gone live this week. Wednesday's a perfect time for this. Wow, really, Natalie? Oh, okay. Because I thought the weekends were, but I was gonna shift this to tomorrow because I was running late, but I was just like, you know what? I gotta do my live tonight. So I'm so glad you guys all joined. So you guys do know the quote. Natalie says, I notice I don't hear voices, but I tend to notice I hyper focus on any bad situation from previous, and I tend to overthink this. Any tips? I mean, definitely like if you had like previous like things that happened to you in the past, it could be a trigger that set it off. But it's just I've been talking a lot about focus and just trying to get your mind to strengthen it as much as you can, because without that strong mindset it's so hard to focus, right? So once you start doing that, you are going to be able to, and I say this a lot, right, where you're basically able to distinguish which other voices are going to be important to you, that you are going to focus your attention to. So like if you just have a whatchamacallit, like a habit, right, of just continuously listening to these voices that are making you anxious or making you sad or are giving you all these different other thoughts that make you worried, then it's going to happen, right? However, if you know for a fact that this voice that you're listening to is definitely not telling you the things that you want to hear and it's not making your life better, then when you know that, then you start you basically start shifting over to the positive thoughts. You say, you know what, these are the thoughts I have to listen to, right? These are the thoughts that are telling me that no, everything's going to be okay. you know Stay strong, don't give up. Those are the voices that you need to listen to, and the more and more you listen to those voices, then when those negative thoughts or those voices that are telling you the bad things, they're not going to mean anything to you, because again, you have this goal, right? You have one direction, it's to move forward, and you're just trying to get to a point where where you can get to the better version of yourself, which I talk about a lot, right? Um, does that answer your question, Natalie? I hope it did. But okay. So, well, I work weekends, but again, my schedule can be everywhere. I know that. I know that. Yeah. Sometimes it's just hard to like that routine sometimes can change for you, and it's just like the worst is when you have something set, and then some life throws something at you. It's like, oh my gosh, man, that's just something I didn't expect, right? And I mean, when I slipped and fell, that was like something that I didn't expect, right? So, but I still had to deal with it. I still had to move forward, and I still had to do whatever I could so that I didn't allow myself to give up, right? And that was I'm going to talk about before if Pam shows up tonight. So Kaylee says, was diagnosed recently with DID as part of my CPTSD. I'm many and never alone. They are part of me and accept them because they saved me through my whole life. for me, they are not a negative thing to fight against. And yeah, for some people, like these voices can actually will be there for you all the time because sometimes you just need that, right? For me, I knew that these voices weren't helping with me with the direction I was heading. They weren't a part of my mission, my goal, right? So I knew that I had to avoid them as much as possible. And once I started to figure out which were the voices I needed to start focusing on, I was like, I need to be around these voices because these voices were the one that helped picked me up and help me find the light, to my happiness, right? Pamela, there she is. Pamela, Pamela, Pamela. Hi, Pam. How are you doing? You made it. No problem. I just started. It's only 10 minutes late. So, everybody, this is Pamela. Again, she was diagnosed with lung cancer in 2018, and she will be sharing her story not here live, but she will be saying it on the chat. So, please pay attention to the chat while I talk because she will be typing it out. And if you have any questions for her, or if you know anybody that have been diagnosed with cancer and they're trying to figure out how they're supposed to move forward, because Pamela has been fighting so hard from like 2018 to 2024, right? But I watched the video she sent me. I have a link. I might be, if she allows me, I can put the link there. You could watch her YouTube video, and she talks about what about her story a little bit, but I guess in this chat she will talk about it a little bit more, right, Pam? I hope you're doing great. Kaylee says they are not so much voices; they take over control in different situations when we get triggered. Oh, I see. I understand. I see. So before that, Pam, we were just talking about voices, listening to the voices, and what we do with it, and which voices to listen to, right? So that's what we're talking to about before you showed up. So before I get Pam, you can start writing in the chat. She's probably typing right now, but I am going to read the quote that I am going to talk about. So if you didn't see it on the, oh, I actually didn't show it, but it's on the quote. I actually posted it yesterday. Let me find it first. All right, so I'm just going to read off my phone because I haven't memorized it. All right, so the quote says, and some of you have probably seen it a couple of times. I posted it because this quote really meant a lot to me when I was writing it. Because, well, I'll talk about it after I read the quote. So the quote says, "Never doubt your strength, because even when you are at your weakest, there will always be something deep within you that will never allow you to give up." All right. So the reason why I wrote this was because, well, I've had a lot of failures, and there's many times where I felt like I was going to give up, but it wasn't as bad as when I had my anxiety and depression. Because when I when I was going through that, I felt like I was no one. I felt that I was unloved, which was not true because my family loved me. I felt as though like my existence here on this planet, it just felt like that there was no place for me, right? There was no place for Roger Lee anymore. And that's funny to think about because I have kids, I have a wife, I have an amazing mother, I have an amazing family, I have amazing friends, right? These are all the things that I should be grateful for. But I'm telling you, when you go through something really dark, like everything phases out. Like that light that you used to have, that happiness, it just gets darker and darker and darker, and you get more lonelier and lonelier and lonelier. And it felt like I was put on an island, nobody can visit me, and I was just stuck there. And it was like, how are you going to deal with it? How are you going to help yourself? Are you going to go out and find someone to rescue, or just wait for someone to rescue you? What are you going to do? So I was on this island, my island, which I kind of created, but that happens when, as I said before, like those negative voices, I was listening to them all the time. The more I was on that island in that really dark space, the more I felt like I wanted to give up. All right. And you guys know my story. When I left my house, I left my family, and I took off and I walked for 4.5 hours. And then my sister found me. You know that story. I said it so many times. But that was the day I gave up. Like literally, I had to. I think 3 hours through my walk, I looked up and I asked God, please show me a sign tell me there's something for me, tell me there's a purpose for me, like there's something good that's going to happen, that's something, just to let me know that I should not give up, right? But deep inside, I didn't really want to give up. It was still pushing me to move forward, right? It just something that, we just have to look at it as tomorrow is a new day. And it's hard to think about it when your mind is in a very negative space. But we have to remind ourselves that we do not know what is going to happen in the future. That is the most important thing, is that we do not know what is going to happen tomorrow. We're not going to know who we are going to be in a year or even 5 years from now, okay? Because we tend to look at our past a lot. We look at our past and we live in it because obviously we went through a lot. And obviously we've been through many chapters. Hopefully not all of them have been bad, but those bad ones really affect us, really affects us mentally, and it hits us in the heart, right? So it just stays with us, and some of us, we just can't let go, right? And I had that problem where I was like, I used to be normal. I didn't have anxiety and depression before I fell and hit my head and had a concussion. I was perfectly fine. So I kept telling myself, I need to be Roger Lee before I got my accident, before I had anxiety and depression. But I was telling myself, there's no way you're going to be able to travel back in time. I kept saying that. There's no way you're ever going to be that same Roger. There's no way you're ever going to be healthy again. And there's no way you're ever going to be happy again. And that just kept repeating it over and over again in my head. And the more I thought about it, the more I got depressed, and that's when I hit rock bottom, right? So when you're in a space where you hit rock bottom, you are just like, my life is horrible. Is there a way I can actually heal myself? Is there actually a light after this, after at the end of this darkness, right? And I believe that there wasn't, because of everything that I was thinking of and going through that. And some of you, if you've gone through anxiety and depression, I'm sorry I'm missing the chat so much, because when I talk, I talk. If you're going through anxiety and depression, you understand exactly know what I mean, right? That darkness, like, it basically sucks you up into the space where you feel like you're nothing, right? And to actually tell yourself, hey, just believe in yourself, just believe in the light, just do whatever it takes so that you can find your happiness. And the voice is this tiny and so soft that you can barely hear it, right? But again, after that day when I asked God to show me something, he did, right? My sister showed up out of nowhere in a car and picked me up and took me back home. And that was my miracle. All right. And I changed my life after that. Right. So, but it's that it's something, there's this force deep inside that's still going to push you no matter how dark it is. It's still pushing you, even though you're telling yourself that, hey, you know what, that's it, I give up. And unfortunately, for some people, it comes to a point where they just cannot do it and they take their own lives. Right. And that is unfortunate for millions and millions of people, right? And that's why I do what I do, because I believe that if you treat your mind properly, if you just learn how to love yourself and just understand gratitude, you can change the way you think, and you can change your perspective about yourself, and you could change your perspective about life. And once you start doing that, then there's a high chance that you can tell yourself, you know what, I do have something bright out there in the future. I don't have to give up. I need to start looking forward to making myself get better so I can start living better and living more happier, right? Because that's everything that we're all chasing for, is happiness, right? Or inner peace, or just finding joy. That's what we all want, right? So that's why this quote was very powerful to me, and it affected a lot of people, because when I first posted it, I mean, I got so many amazing comments off of it, because they're like, Roger, this is exactly what I wanted to hear, like, and I posted as much as I possibly can, because I really believe that once someone reads it, it can remind them that, hey, you know what, he's right. I don't have to give up, because something deep inside me is telling me, no, you can't give up, because you've got so much more left in your story. There's so many great things that can happen to you in the future. So you have to keep moving forward. All right, I'm done talking for now. I got to go into the chat. Trisha made it. Hey, Trisha, how are you doing? Oh, happy birthday to your fiance. If he's there, tell him I say hi. I know you just messaged me and you're telling me about the dill pickle pizza. That sounds good. Natalie, have you ever had a pickle pizza before? Because I would love to have a bite of that. Oh wait, let me just go up to the chat again. Josephine says hi, Miss Pamela. Tracy is here. Hi, Tracy. How are you doing? I'm so sorry I missed the chat. I've been talking so much. Natalie says, when you say voices, you mean thoughts, right? Yeah, pretty much, right? It's pretty much I interpreted those thoughts as voices actually, because you actually do hear them, and some of them are very, very clear, almost like someone's whispering in your ear and just saying blah 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 blah, right? And then it almost feels like there's someone right beside you, and he or she is telling you these things, right? So yes, it is those thoughts that I'm talking about. Now he says, and we're all born on this world for a reason, not just for a season. Wow, let me read that again. And we are all born on this world for a reason, not just for a season, because we're all so special, even if we can't see it. That's beautiful, Natalie. You should definitely write quotes or something. Those are great, Natalie. I love it. So serious, but a good chat. Dill pickle pizza is good. Tracy, you had dill pickle pizza? Do we have that in Toronto? I never tried it. You know what? I got to go to we go to Pizzaville a lot, so I'm gonna ask them if they can try dill pickle. I love dill pickle chips. I don't know if they have that in the United States, but in Canada we have dill pickle chips. Dill pickle pizza is good. Hi, is Pam here? Pamela is here. So Pamela, would you like to tell your story in chat form? Because actually, if you have decided that you would like to come live, I know it's scary because I've had Rita, I've had Natalie, I've had Patty. Who else was there? Sai. They were also shy, right? Natalie, you were in that experience where you're really shy, but they said, "I'm just gonna do it." So if you do have that urge to come live and just talk, I just let me know, and I will put the link up, and then you can just come on. Narita says, I've got to leave. We'll catch up with you. Bye, Narita. Thank you for joining. I'm so glad you made it. I will catch you on Friday on Facebook, right? Friday or Saturday. Facebook, my next Facebook Live or my next YouTube Live. All right, Narita, have a super fantastic rest of the week. Love you so much. Elizabeth, hi there. Sorry I'm late. There's Elizabeth. You guys know Elizabeth. She's one of our regulars. I'm so glad you can make it, Elizabeth. So I've been talking about the quote I wrote about not giving up. And I'm just waiting for Pam to write something about her story. Finally got here. Hard to find chat. Hey, CA. Oh, hi. It's Kathy, right? Kathy? Finally got here. Hard to find chat. I'm glad you made it. I'm glad you made it. It's only been 22 minutes in. I've been doing most of the talking, but you can read the chat. If you've never been here before, everybody here is amazing, with so much love and so much kindness. The environment is so beautiful here. It's very, very positive. Thank you so much, everybody, because you guys make it so special. Yes, Kathy, I knew it. I knew it. Oh, I wrote my story. Did you not get it? Okay, Pam. I think I missed it. Pam, did you write it on my chat or did you write it on this chat, Pam? Okay, I'm just going to check. Hey, Pam, did you write the story on my Facebook Messenger or did you write it on this chat? Because if you send them a messenger, I could just copy and paste it. Natalie says, Roger, I got to say, I did some affirmations in the mirror for myself before coming on here. I built myself up, but then I felt the fear in my body and I asked why I'm holding back from change, but then reassured myself and wrote down notes for goals for the future. That's amazing for this future this year. And that's an amazing thing, Natalie. You are really doing something great this year, Natalie. I mean, I remember the last time you came on live and you showed me your room and you were telling me all the things that you had in your room. And how's that board coming along with the color? Did you try using the color markers instead of the black? Because that might be easier to read. But I mean, that is definitely like the right direction, right, Natalie? And I'm telling you, by the end of this year, like you are going to see some fantastic changes. And you're going to be so much happier. Not saying that you're not happy now, but you're going to be so much happier. Kathy says, I have seen it all, but I could not find this chat, but I got here. Yes, you made it, Kathy, and I'm so glad you made it. Pamela says, hi, y'all. I was diagnosed with stage 4. Okay, I'm repeating what Pamela said saying here. Hi, y'all. I was diagnosed with stage 4 lung cancer in 2018, and in 4 treatments, it was all gone. That is amazing because, I know I'm certain that there are so many people out there that are wished that they could just get that, like 4 treatments. I don't know how long these 4 treatments were separated from, right? But I mean, to know, especially when people are doubting you, or I don't know how many doctors you went to, or they're telling you that no, you basically have this long to live, or you're not going to make it, and then this happens, and then it's just like, you see, right? Like, and you, like, miracles happen if you just have faith that good things can happen, and they will. And I'm not saying it's all the time it's going to happen, right? Because miracles are called miracles because they're on that rare occasion, right? But when they do happen, it is proof, right, Pam? Like, you are a proof that someone that was diagnosed with lung cancer, there is hope, right? There is hope. And that's why I really feel that your story is very important to others that are going through this as well. And I remember my last Facebook Live, I think it was another Pam. I don't think it was you, Pam. That was 7, or maybe it was you, but there was one that said 4 years they were diagnosed with lung cancer and they're also a survivor, or it was 7 or 10 years or something like that. So Farhana. Everyone knows Farhana. I mention her all the time, and she's here. Love you, Farhana. Thank you for joining, Farhana. I know this is around the time you usually join, so I think 8:30 is around a good time for you, right, Farhana? I think 7:30 sometimes it's a bit early for you, but I'm so glad you made it, Farhana. And it saved her life, Pamela. It saved Pam's life. Nice t-shirt. She's always complimenting on my t-shirts. Thank you so much, Farhana. You're amazing. I took immunotherapy. Okay, we got to remember that immunotherapy. So anybody that's going to watch this later, they can look in the chat and they can read that this is what you took. So how long was the process, Pamela, from when you were diagnosed back in 2018, the 4 treatments, and then finding that it was all gone? Like how long was that process? And if you could type, just let us know, like, basically what was going through your mind, because I know it was so difficult to know that what you were diagnosed with, and also thinking about your life at the same time, right? And that hope, right? And that urge of telling yourself, the urgency of telling yourself, hey, you know what? I am not going to give up no matter what, right? I have to fight it every second, right? And if you can type that all in, not in one sentence, but as many sentences as you can, that would be great. I love to see you. I love to see you too, Farhana. I do. So does anybody want to come? I know Pamela doesn't want to come on, but does anybody here want to come on live and talk about something that happened to them, you, in your past or recently, that you felt that you were just about to give up, but something deep inside you was telling you, like, what was it that made you decide that, hey, you know what? I'm not going to give up. I'm going to put the link here. There's Trisha. Hi, Farhana. Trisha's so awesome. I love her so much. I admire you, Miss Pamela, for telling your story. Yes, I do too, man. That's why I wanted her to come on so badly, because her story could mean so much to so many people, right? Pamela says, I took 30 minutes of meds every 3 weeks. So you took 30 minutes of meds every 3 weeks. Okay, so that was 4 sessions of that. 4 sessions of that. So 30 minutes of meds. So how does that work? Were they just like pills that you had to take, or what did you have to actually go to, like, a doctor to get the medication for you, or like how did that work? Blessings for your kids and mom. Thank you so much, Farhana. And Elizabeth says hi, Farhana. Farhana's so popular. She is. I love her so much. All right, so I'm going to put this link here because I'd love to have someone here talk about something from their past or recent that they discovered how strong they actually were, and that, remember that force that I was talking about, that there's something deep inside you that's telling you, hey, you know what? Do not give up no matter what. Please come on tonight so I can talk to you one-on-one. I'm trying to promote my one-on-one live videos here. So all you have to do is click that link. You're going to be taken onto my screen here. I'm going to see you here. Just type your name. Some of you have been on my show already. And then we are gonna have a conversation. I don't know if Trisha's ready yet because I tried to get her last time. And there's one person I do want to get for Hannah because I've never spoken to her ever, and I've known her for so long. But again, for Hannah, I know if you're not ready, you don't have to come on. Natalie says, I'll come on for a little bit. I have one story, but I'll go on after someone else. Okay, we got Natalie, but she says she's gonna let someone come on before her. So Natalie was great. Last time she came on, she was telling me like I think your hair was messy or something, and you just quickly combed your hair, and then you just jumped on, and you were just like in your pajamas or whatever, right? But you still came on, and I think you were on for about almost 45 minutes. But you had so much to say. We had such a good time, and you had so much great information, and your positivity, I think, really helped a lot of people that night. And I want to thank you so much for that, Natalie, because just you don't even have to be on the video here on one-on-one, but just you on the chat and just your presence is fantastic. All right. So thank you so much, Natalie, for that. Trisha says no. Are you sure, Trisha? Are you sure? What is your fiance's name? Because I would love to say happy birthday to him because if he's watching, I would like to personally say happy birthday to him because it is a very special day for anybody when it's on their birthday. Who do we have? Tracy, I was going to come on, but now I am eating a Dairy Queen Blizzard, new red velvet cake flavor. That sounds delicious. I've never tried that before, and I have Dairy Queen just down the street. So I don't know. I think they close at 12 midnight, Tracy, but you're having a Dairy Queen. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Hey, after your Dairy Queen Blizzard, hey Tracy, maybe you could come on for maybe 5 minutes and I just love to have you on and you could just tell me one little story. And then because again, your story can mean something to somebody else, right? You just never know. And that's why I do what I do because I knew that my story is, there was so much to talk about. But for me, I felt that it was super important that I had to somehow get it out there so that people can learn, that anxiety and depression is not the end, right? That there is a way that you can help yourself change your life and find your happiness again, right? Farhana says, beautiful backside wallpaper and settings. Thank you. I changed it. Did you recognize that? Let me see. I moved that over this way. So remember last live, I think I was talking about how I had this empty space. So I actually filled it up and it looks pretty good. What do you guys think? I still haven't switched my owl because I was thinking of putting this. I'm going to show it again. I love showing it. Your mind matters. I have to frame it still, I think, and then put it behind me. Dave, okay, so is he watching right now, Trisha? Or he can watch this video after. So happy birthday, Dave. This is your special day, and I know you guys had dill pickle pizza. I hope you're having a super amazing time with Trisha. She is such an amazing and beautiful person. And I guess you guys are gonna get married soon. So that it's super. You have a bright future ahead of you, and I wish you guys the best and happiness and you guys I'm sure are going to be a super amazing couple. Oh, I can just picture it. So happy birthday again, Dave. Tracy says it is good. See, Tracy's getting me jealous. If my hubby goes to bed soon, okay, let me know. What's the meaning of backside grass? Backside grass. Where did you see that? The backside grass. Backside grass. Okay, I'm trying to get that. Okay, Natalie, I think you might have to come on before I'm trying to get someone to come on before you. Does anybody here, Rita, are you still here? Rita, do you want to come on? You haven't been on for a while. Before Natalie comes on. Because again, if you do have a story and you feel, I know Pam's here and she has so much to say. Here we go, Pamela. I took the treatment for 2 years. That's what my doctor wanted me to do. I gained 30 pounds. LOL. The meds work with your immune system. Oh, I see. So it did take 2 years, right? And the weight, I mean, the weight you can always lose the weight if that matters to you. But the most important thing is that the medication worked, right? I remember when I had my concussion and I had those symptoms in my head, and that's how my anxiety started, I reached out to a chiropractor, right? Because I heard that, by correcting your spine, you can actually heal yourself, right? Like holistic therapy, right? So I reached out to a chiropractor, and he was the first guy that actually gave me hope, right? And so when I saw him, when I went to my first assessment, he told me, in 1 year, I'm gonna fix you up, right? After taking 1 year of treatments, and you're gonna be back to 100%. You know how amazing I felt when I heard that? Because I thought I was going to have these sensations for the rest of my life, and that scared the crap out of me, right? So I started to see him, and I saw him once a week, right? And I think it lasted about maybe 3 months, but my anxiety and depression got so bad, and it was so and this really sucked because it got so bad I stopped seeing him. I was so looking forward to finishing all those treatments, right? Because I really wanted that sensation to go away, but I just couldn't, right? And that brought me to another level, which is like basically, getting deeper and deeper into my darkness, right? And that's when I didn't get to finish that 1 year. So you were able to actually finish that entire 2 years. So patience, right? Patience. You must have learned a lot about patience, as I did, right? Going through my journey as well. Like that patience taught me a lot, because not only did it help me through that part of my life, but it helps you with a lot of things in life, right? And I always blame Amazon, because Amazon is like, you buy today, we'll ship it to you tomorrow, in 5 hours, right? So we're in our mindset, we're like, we need everything fast, fast, fast. Everything's got to be quick, 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 right? But if you've been through a time where you had to wait a long time, and you knew that, my patience paid off, that's a huge lesson in life, right? Because every chapter that you go through, you just don't know how long it's going to last. Every storm you go through, you don't know how long that storm is going to last, right? So patience is going to play a huge role in your life as you move forward on your journey. Rita says, looking on but organizing little one for bed at 9:35 p.m. Okay, Rita. Okay, I might get you on, right, Rita? After good night to your little ones, if you're watching or listening, because I know last time we were live, and I think your sons were there, right? Elizabeth says, Pamela, I'm so happy you are well now. And yes, don't ever give up. And yeah, after I watched Pam's YouTube video, it's about 2 minutes long. At the end of it, she was just saying, that, never, never, ever give up. And I will never give up. That's what she said, and it's so powerful, right? Just to remind yourself every single day that you just have to keep moving forward. You have to, no matter how high that mountain is, you have to keep climbing it until you hit that top and reach there, until you're standing on top of it, and so that you can look down and say, and then tell yourself, hey man, that was a difficult journey, right? But I am so glad I didn't give up, because look where you are now, right? You are standing on top of the mountain, right? Trisha says, Dave said, thank you for the birthday wishes. You're very, very welcome, Dave. I'm so glad you're watching. I'm so glad you're watching. Where are you from, Trisha? Is it actually 8:30? Where are you from? Is it 8:30 for you? I can't remember where you're from, Trisha. But I hope it's not too late. I know for Kaylee, it's super late. It's like 3 in the morning. If you're still here, I know it's like 3, 4 a.m. So again, thank you so much for staying up and watching me. It really means so much to me. You're very, very welcome, Rita. You're welcome, Rita. For Hannah, patience is the key to success. And yes, that is a quote that I had to repeat to myself all the time, especially with my journey to writing quotes, because, I just, like during the beginning part of my journey, when I was learning how to write, learning how to, get it out there into social media is tough, right? Trying to get followers and trying to get it, to the right people, and just, just hanging in there. It's tough, right? But, I wouldn't have got to where I am today if I didn't learn how to be patient, right? So whenever something comes up and I'm just like, man, when is it going to happen? And I have to keep reminding myself, Roger, if you want to be successful, hang in there, because, you're going to learn a lot from this, right? But remember to be patient. All right, so it's the same time. Patricia, it is 8:40 for you. And there you go. See, Kaylee, 2:40 in the morning for Kaylee. So again, thank you, Kaylee. So Natalie, if you are still on, come on right now, because Your energy is you guys seen Natalie on before. She's just a bright star, and she's gonna help glow. She's gonna help make you if you've been looking for something to help brighten your day. I know I can do that hopefully for you as well, but with addition to Natalie, she's just such an amazing superhuman being. You guys are all superhuman beings as well too, right? So Farhana says yes, never give up. Tracy, yay, it's my two favorite Tracys are here. I love it. Tracy, oh, I missed that, Tracy. When I stopped following my father's path, I hit a steel girder. Oh, I missed that. Sorry. I hit a steel girder beam. Ooh, protruding. Is that girder? Beam protruding from the ice. I was knocked unconscious for a moment. I was struck on the beam with a split track. My father returned. Ouch. Ooh, that I think you're okay now, right? Oh, I see Natalie. She's getting ready. She's getting ready. Okay, give me 1 second. I'm just gonna read what Tracy said here. I suffered headaches and missed some school, had memory problems and migraines. Sometimes I will join the live to share more stories. Tracy, I definitely need to get you on for a live whenever you're ready, because I'd love you to share your story because I know there's so much for you to talk about. And I'm sure some people would love to hear it because again, right? There must be some people that have gone through what you're going through. So one day I'm going to get you on, Tracy. But I have Natalie here. Tracy, did you just put on Natalie, did you just put on a hat? You did. Okay. I'm going to bring on Natalie. She was here before 2 weeks, 3 weeks ago, but you guys seen her before, and I'm going to bring her on. Welcome, Natalie. Did you just put, I know I was like, when did the hat come on? Because when I first saw you, you didn't have that hat on. And I was like,
well, I've had this hat. Like, okay, I just want to
it
put it on
looks
to
good.
make my hair look better because today's gonna be my shower day. I'm kind of having a bad hair day at the moment.
It didn't look, it looked fine before you put that on, but you look great with the hat.
Thank
It
you.
still looks good.
And it matches this because I
You
put.
got that. That's like a baby blue, right? Yeah, that's baby blue.
Yeah, it is baby blue, and it also matches this because you told me to move this, so
All right.
I moved it.
Where was it? Where it was way back there before, wasn't it?
Yeah, hang on, let me show you. But
Yeah,
also,
show me.
uh,
So if you guys were on my last live, Tracy showed me a few things in a room and it said determination, right? Is that the one that says determination?
yes, it is.
So she had it on the other side of the room and she couldn't read it. Like sometimes she's walked by it and I think we were all saying, you know what, maybe you should put it somewhere where when you wake up in the morning, the first thing you see is determination, right? Right?
Yes,
Yeah.
you're
Okay.
right.
So where was it before?
Well, let's just say for the longest time, I did forget about it because I had it before. It was like it was on the left side of my room, right over by this cute little cat picture that I have here.
All right.
Let me.
You remember how to do it?
Oh no, I don't.
That's not. Isn't it double tap the screen and then you'll be able to see it?
It's settings, and then I can switch it to the. This
Oh, you have to. Okay.
It was here.
Tracy says hi, Natalie, and Farhana says hi, Natalie, and Elizabeth says hi. You guys are
Isn't
so
this
amazing.
cute? I don't know
It
why
is.
I have this.
It is cute.
I don't know where I got it from, but that's where it was at before. But
Okay.
I just want to acknowledge everybody for a second for saying hello.
Sure. No problem.
Hi, everybody. Hi, Tracy. Hi, Elizabeth. And hi, Farhana. Farhana? I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right.
I pronounce Farhana. I think that's correct. Hey,
Okay.
Farhana, that's how you pronounce your name, right? Farhana, right? If it's not, just let me know because I've been calling her that for like 3 years.
No,
Because I really want her to come on live because I'd love to talk to her. Like she's just such an amazing person, right? So much energy. I love it.
One thing I'm noticing is before I came on this live, like today, I'm waiting in the guest room, and you're like, oh, I'll put you on in a second. And I'm like, yeah, okay. But I just hear my heart going like boom, boom, boom. Oh my gosh. But
oh, Rita says hi, Pamela says hi, and Trisha says hi.
Oh, everybody's so friendly.
They are. That's why I love my YouTube lives. Yeah. So and when you came on, you're not nervous anymore. See,
I am a little bit still.
You look so natural on camera, and you're doing such an amazing job.
But I went back and I looked at the video from the first time.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh shoot, there were so much times I was like almost interrupting. Maybe it's just coming from me because I'm a big overthinker and probably I'm fine on the video. But
no, you were fine.
to me, sometimes I feel like I'm so hyper, and I'm just like, oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
It's just like me when I talk. When I talk, right? So then I'm
Mhm.
just like, okay, so I have to go back to the chat. But it's just, when I just have so much to say, and I'm sure you have a lot to say too. That's why that energy. That's why I love your energy, right? When you just have so much to say in it, but when it comes out, people feel it, right? It's just you have that energy, right?
Yeah.
So now you wake up and you see determination. Has it helped?
Yeah. I mean, it's a very pretty. Not only does the quote like help me, but also just looking at the beautiful scenery of the snow in winter. It really reminds me of the season that like I'm in right now because
Yeah. So
yeah.
anybody that's dealing with winter right now, don't worry. There's 2 more months until there's spring. So
Oh,
Kathy says, "Hi, Natalie. Your hair is beautiful. You don't need the hat."
oh, well, thank you. But
She's looking at that painting. It's like that looks cold, but it's okay because yeah, it is. It feels like it is what it is outside right now.
yeah,
And sometimes when it's kind of gloomy, it's hard to stay determined because it's just weather does affect you, right? But if you have that looking at you straight in the face, determination while it's still cold outside, hey, right? I
yeah.
mean, it was Tracy, you know that because she lives like in Toronto or nearby. So it's winter here, obviously, and it's like I don't know if it's like that in Chicago, but
Mm,
literally there has been no sun. And I think 2 days ago it was finally sunny and I could
mhm.
see the stars, and it was just like, oh my gosh, I can't wait till spring comes. Like just a bit of sun. I don't know. How's the weather in Chicago? Is it like the same? Like, have you been seeing the sun?
Well, as of lately, um, I believe in January, I heard that Chicago, like, there was not that much sun. Like, usually in the around the winter time, we don't get much sun at all. But
Yeah.
lately, we've had a few lucky days as of recently. Chicago's really random and bipolar with its weather. So what we've had
Yep.
was it was like in the 50s at some point for like
Okay.
a day or two, and then it goes right back down to like 20 degrees.
Oh, yep.
Today
I know that.
40 degrees. Sorry,
Oh,
go on.
yeah. I mean, like it's not cold, which is good. Like this winter is much better than last winter, but like last winter, I think we got a lot of snow. But this year, I don't know. Like this year, we just haven't had a lot of snow, but it's just been cold,
Well,
right?
last year was better for in Chicago because like last year's winter, we were really lucky. We were getting like 40s and 50-degree temperatures,
Right.
and even like from like 2023, like November, December, we were getting almost in the 60s for like a few days.
Oh, yeah, we did get that. Tracy probably remembers that. It was like plus 12, plus I don't know what
Oh.
that is in Fahrenheit, but it was like pretty warm, right? So
Mhm.
2 more months, 2 more months. It's not like I hate winter. It's just that it's like I want to go outside. There's so many things I want to do outside, right? So
Yeah, but it's so
yeah.
pretty because like after a while of like
Ooh, this is good.
I love the beauty of spring because during like the winter it's really cold for a very long time. It feels like
Yeah, we get the long winters, yeah.
yeah, it feels like forever. But then like right around spring,
When the
like
birds come out and they start chirping and all that
yeah,
stuff.
it makes you
It's
appreciate it.
Yeah, definitely. Tracy says apparently this is going to be the norm for having very little snow due to the weather system. Thank goodness. So you're probably not going to get a lot of snow too over there in Chicago.
Maybe we don't know that. It might rain, it might
Oh
snow.
yeah, it's been raining too, which is like I'd rather rain actually, but not freezing rain because I mean freezing rain is hard, tough man. Like no ice storms. So you got a story that you want to tell us?
Of course, yes. I mean,
All right,
I came on here just to say hello to everybody too. Not
I
only
know,
for
I know, I know, I know.
I'm kidding.
Okay, let's hear your story.
So, gosh, I totally got off track here. Now that
Okay,
I'm
I
like,
do all the time.
so about this story, like this happened to me last year in January. Like math has not always been my strong suit. I'm sure I've even discussed this in the last YouTube video, last live. I feel like I've mentioned math to you.
Mhm.
But during that time last year in January, I like right let's just say in December of 2022 I did not pass my math class, and in January, there was like a math bridge program, and my professor told me about this when I was like taking some college courses, and she's like, yeah, I see you're struggling with math, and you should try this math bridge program if you would like. So I did this 2-week program, Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m. I would sit there and like study and get focused and like with learning, and I accomplished like my goal of passing out of this harder math class that I was in.
Okay.
I took this math class twice. Um, First time I did not have a great professor. Second time I had a fantastic professor who still would let me try. Even if I would fail, she wouldn't give up on me. She would let me try and do my best. And I got a tutor last year. So that changed everything. Everything changed for me when I like realized that I put in all of that time and work. So I put 4 hours a day for 5 days. That's like 20 hours a week of math. And I passed it. And that's an accomplishment to me because like math has not always been something I've like
Oh yeah. I used to love math in elementary. When I started getting to high school, and it's like it was just I didn't really enjoy it as much, but I'm not that I used to like math, but I know exactly where you're coming from, right? It's like
yeah.
science, like physics and chemistry. I'm not that guy, but yeah, that's great. Like, so you're saying you had two professors, one of them just
Well, one professor a semester. I took this math class twice actually. I took it before the pandemic
yeah.
when I started school, and when I first started my first year of college, and I struggled with that one math program that I was in. It was a 5 credit hour course. I would have to sit there for 2 or 3 days a week for like 3 hours. No breaks, no nothing.
Wow.
A 3 hour class and try to like obtain as much information as you could.
Yeah.
Hard. And my professor I had my first time, she was difficult because she would be like, she had favorites, and if you weren't good with math, it was hard to get her attention when like you needed some help or you need some guidance. And
Yeah.
she kind of had like, she favorited the kids who knew what they were doing, and she's like, you're great, you're fantastic. But if someone was failing and not doing so well, there was no communication or like no helpful advice. It's more like, oh well, these kids they're smarter, and you're intermediate, you're a beginner, but these kids are great, and she would even let some people pass out of that class. But the difference between her and my last professor, my recent professor, like I said, would let me try, and if she would see progress or if she would see me trying my best, she would still encourage me.
And
So
that's a huge difference, right? It's just that
yeah.
the personalities. Like, I'm sure you were probably really close to first professor because they weren't that much of a help. That you were this close to saying, you know what, I'm just gonna screw it. I'm just gonna give up. Like, were you really close to just saying, that's it, I just can't do it anymore?
It's more like I'm looking back at like my younger self, and I know younger Natalie would be like, why am I going to a 10 a.m. until 2 p.m. class Monday through Friday? I couldn't sit through that. But and I even didn't feel like I could do something like that. And I almost didn't get involved in this program until I pushed myself because I wanted to prove myself something.
Yeah.
So
And then when your second professor came in, that she just really, you're like, yeah, I have to keep moving forward, right?
yeah, exactly. And this was one probably. It's probably been a 1-year anniversary since I've taken that, because it started in 2023. I did this program.
Yeah, it's been a year.
Yeah. So looking back at a year ago, it's
Which wasn't that long, right? I've been a year, but
yeah. But it's nice to look back and see some kind of growth there, because
yeah, for sure.
it can be hard. I did it on like this website called Alex, and Alex is a great website for learning.
Oh, I never heard of it before.
Yeah.
Is it like learn anything on it? Is it, or just like
well, yeah, you can learn anything. There's math, there's history, There's all sorts of things on there. So
Oh, I see.
great.
Wow, that's so I mean, so it has taught you something because like what you learn from that experience is going to help you in the future as well. So if it ever comes to a point where something similar happens, just say you go to work and then you have a boss or a manager or something and they're treating you the same way where they have favorites and you're just like, I can't work with this person. You could just continue. Oh, I remember that time when I had that math professor, but I just told myself, just keep going, just don't give up. And, you know, these lessons will help you along in the future, right?
Yeah. And
Sure.
also believing in yourself, even if you don't think that like, you can try something. Cause I didn't think I was going to get into this program. Cause
Mm,
me being my personality, I know that even if math isn't my favorite subject, I still went along and I attended that. I attended that program. But there was a moment where yes, it was a struggle at first to get myself into that mindset of like focusing on this math for 4 hours for 5 days. But I would wake
mm.
up every morning with that determination to just go in
Okay.
8 a.m. I would wake up and go in.
See how powerful like learning how to focus is? And then once you become more focused, you become more determined because you have set goals for yourself. You see, I didn't have that when I was going through my anxiety and depression. I didn't have any type of motivation. I didn't have anything to look forward to. And when you start to think that way, you lose focus. And that's why my world was such a blur, right? Because I just didn't know where to go. I was so lost,
Mhm.
right? And then that's why I talk about my basement story so much because it helped me realize so many things because it all pointed to focus. Because I realized that when you like basically have one thing and you're just like lasered into it, like everything just it creates this wall, like this barrier, and everything that you've been thinking about before, they don't exist in your world anymore at that moment because you are so tuned in to what you need to accomplish, right? So if you're doing it every single day, it becomes a part of your like the way you think and the way it's going up here in your mind, right?
Mhm.
And that's just gonna help you. Like this whole, I know it's just a math thing, but it literally has helped you move forward in a way where you can say, yeah, it did push me towards working on or knowing how to become a better version of myself. Because before you learn how to do all that, you were probably just like, I can't do this, but I can do it.
Well,
I literally can do it.
I never sorry to cut you off, but,
No, no,
I
that's okay.
I never, like, imagined myself doing something like that because,
Mm.
like, my senior year of high school or junior year, like, I'm going back a little bit,
Yep.
I'm not that old, but I'm making myself sound older. Going back into my
You have an old soul, I can tell you that.
wait, what?
You have an old soul.
I do?
Yeah, you do. You have like even though I know how old you are, but like just the stuff you say, I just feel it.
Thank you.
Maybe it's a November 11th thing.
Could be. Could be like a maybe it's a lucky thing. I don't know what maybe it's not even a lucky thing, but
You're an angel.
who knows?
Yeah.
So, gosh, I lost train of thought for a second. I
I
was
cut
just
you off this time.
senior year of high school. Math was my first. It was like my first subject of the day at 8 a.m. And I would like walk in there at 8 a.m. and I would just try my best, but I never really would like. I did give up because I didn't
Okay.
ask for help. And when I would ask for help, it would be the wrong moment. I wouldn't raise like I would be like, oh, I can try this on my own. I was so confident and independent in learning math on my own instead of like asking for help. And I still struggle with that sometimes where I don't ask for help when I need help. I kind of just try it on my
Try
own.
your own first and
Yeah.
then
But maybe that's I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. It's great to have independence, but
it
to
it is. I think there's a difference if you get to a point where you're just like, okay, no one can help me, you stop there, right? Because sometimes you just do need that help, right? That one extra person can help you get to the next level. But if you are like stubborn, I'm not like you're not that person, but I'm just saying those people
I
that tried it on themselves, they know they're like, if I can't do it, nobody can do it. There's people like that, right? And then because it just feel like it just makes me look weak because if I get someone to help me, it's just gonna be like they have this ego, right? But yes, there's always someone that knows something more than you, or that can help you, right? So for example, like for me, I went out and I looked for professional help, right? I went to psychiatrists, like healers, energy healers, spiritual healer, you name it, hypnotherapists. I got trying to
Wow.
get someone to hypnotize me. Um, and because I was so desperate to fixing myself, right? But I just wanted to be like, they would talk to me, and then tomorrow I would wake up and then I would be like a little bit better, right? But every time I spoke with them, or every time I got the professional help, it literally went in one ear and went out the other. And that's because it was me. I wanted a quick fix, right? That's not going to happen. Right. So then I realized that if they can't help me, and I'm not listening to my family or friends trying to help me, then how am I ever supposed to heal myself? And then that's when I said, you know what? It's me. I need to start doing something to myself and see how things turn out, right? And then after I did that, I realized that I was able to do that by myself, but I still had to allow other people to, like, when I started to get better, to get people to come in and start helping me. And that's when because I learned how to focus. People were telling me things, right? I started to listen more,
Yeah, it's
right?
hard
And that,
to
right?
accepting, like accepting that you need help is like
Yes.
probably the first step to like healing, right?
Yeah, it is, right? Like it was hard for me to accept, like I wanted them to help me, but like when you get to a point where it's severe anxiety and severe depression, it's like you start to kind of like narrow out who are the ones that you really should be listening to, because those people do not know what it's like to have anxiety and depression. They don't know what it's like. They could be saying, "Oh, don't worry, everything's going to be okay. All you have to do
Yeah.
is sleep. You're just thinking about crazy things. It's not going to happen." Yes, they are right, but at the same time, you're just like, no, I know what you're telling me is right, but you don't know what it's like to have it, right?
Yeah. Yeah,
Because
like those emotions and all
yeah,
that. Yeah.
right. Oh, yeah, I think Trisha's leaving. Trisha, have a great evening. I think Trisha's going. Good night, Trisha. Thank you for joining.
Um,
Yeah, it's I guess they still have to celebrate the birthday party.
oh,
But yeah, you know what I mean though, right? Like so it was all about, for me at least, it was me trying to get myself to realize that I am the one that needs to start doing things to myself first, because I'm only listening to myself at that time, right?
yeah.
So if I'm telling myself, hey Roger, you got to do this, you got to do that, and blah blah blah, and if I'm listening, then I'll do it, right? And that's why that basement story really, like, oh my gosh, that thing changed my life, man. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I mean, I really don't have much to say, but now that you mentioned like just like listening to yourself, I'm realizing it's a process because
Yep,
like
it
there's some
definitely is.
days, yeah, I'm sorry. There's some days where you say like you're gonna do something, but like for example, I always like write myself goals and I try to like check mark almost everything that I can, like
Yep.
as much as I can, and like doing as much as I can. But sometimes I don't do those things on like I skip a day or two, but like that's all okay, right? It's okay to skip like a day or two, but as long as like you keep on trying. Anyway,
Yes, of course, of course. Well, you're accomplishing things, you have a list, right? So like even if you had a list of 10 things, but you still accomplished one thing, right? You still did something,
yeah,
right? Sometimes you don't want to overwhelm with yourself with too much to accomplish in one day, because you're just gonna basically like exhaust yourself, right? Mentally and physically,
it does
right?
depend on
So
what it is though, because I actually found myself doing so much in a day, and I was like, oh my god, there's no way.
I
But I still pushed myself a little bit
yeah,
to do
I
something that's out of the normal.
and I try to do that. I try to do as much as I possibly can. And I don't know if you heard me say this before, but before I go to bed, like I don't say it out loud, but I say like, Roger, did you do enough? Right. And then
Mhm.
I go back to the day and I look at back at what I did and how much time did I waste time today? Did I spend too much like watching TV or playing video games or whatever the case may
But
be?
sometimes that's
Or
okay.
yeah, it is okay, because you do need that time, right? We have to have leisure time, right? But I still ask myself, did I do enough? Like, and usually I say yes, I did. Well, because that's my goal, right? Because
Yeah.
I want to use as much time, try to do as much as I can while I'm awake, right? and try to do as much as I can so that when I wake up tomorrow, I feel like I'm a little bit like if like I'm always trying to work on a better version of myself. So if I feel like yes, I do feel like I gained like in a video game, right? I gained a level. I think I gained a level today, right?
Yeah.
Then that's just me saying, okay, keep going, right? Because I'm aiming for that, you know, by the end of this year, I want to go back and say, the 12 months have been great because I learned how to do this, and I didn't think I was able to do this, but I was able to, and I feel like a different person. I feel like in a positive way, right? And with you're young, right? So you have like all this time. So that's amazing that you're actually trying to do as much as you can every single day,
Yeah.
right?
Well, I did have like my points too, where I mean, I don't know.
Sarah, hi, Sarah.
Oh, there's comments here. I see there's some
Yeah.
comments.
Okay, let's read a couple before. Okay, so Elizabeth says, "Have a good evening too." Sarah says, "Hello, everyone. Yes, sometimes you need to give yourself a pass." Hi, Sarah. Kathy says, "Perseverance, spelling, even though the jerk teachers and our trials." Oh, yeah, those jerk teachers, man, they make a difference. Sarah, yes, it's okay to rest your brain too. Do things in blocks of time, like in school. Take time for recess. Yes, that's why we do need our breaks.
It's a
Right?
balance.
It is a balance. What were you saying, Natalie? Sorry, you remember?
No, you're okay. I do. I gotta say, like, during the pandemic was probably like one of the hardest points for me because right
Oh,
after, I don't want to talk too much about my myself.
no, go ahead because whatever you're saying could someone could be like, yeah, I know exactly what she's talking about. Like even
Yeah,
when you're talking about the teachers, right? Everyone has gone through that where it's just like I do not want to go to class because that teacher, first of all, has favorites, and I just whenever he speaks or she speaks to me, they just don't like me, right? And I just don't want to be the part of this
well, I mean,
class.
a teacher is so important because
It
like
is,
a good teacher is really important because that's a good teacher is going to like maybe give you give that student like motivation and
yeah.
like help them like learn skills that they didn't even know that they've had. Like it's
Hmm.
good to have someone who has like another eye-opening experience or like eye-opening like viewpoint of like your strengths and all that because it can
Yeah,
help you build your strengths up. So
yeah, for sure.
yeah.
So what was that pandemic thing you were talking about?
Oh right, of course.
I just remembered because Tracy says the pandemic was horrible and changed my life, and it changed so many people's lives.
Yeah. I didn't think it would really affect my life so much, but
It's because the whole world is changing, right? And that whole world is affecting you, even though and everything was so new, right? Like
yeah,
nobody's ever gone through something like that before, right? So it's kind of like someone put in a new thing in your mind. It's like, oh my gosh, the world is changing. Is it going to get worse than this? How bad is it going to get? Sorry, I
yeah, it
forgot.
was so scary. But like it's good to know that I feel like we're getting back to some kind of like normalcy, but like we're more
Yeah,
aware of health. Like we're more aware
yeah,
of
yeah,
like
totally.
viruses and all that. Like we're taking more precaution and
And
taking
I think we're washing our hands more frequently too, right? Like before.
yes, more hygiene, like taking care
Yeah,
of ourselves a lot more too.
yeah, for sure.
But I'm sure we were taking care of ourselves before. But like even health is like so important right now, especially because like there might be another virus one day, and we gotta
I
be.
mean, it's still like how many versions of there of that? Like they're like I think there was just a new one that came out like not a few months ago or something, right? And I think they're in Canada at least. I think they're at like their sixth shot right now.
Really.
Like the COVID, like the pandemic. Yeah, I think it's at the sixth or something. So they're just like, yeah, it's turned into something else. You guys gonna have to take another shot. And it's like, oh my gosh, that's crazy.
Right. But hopefully at some point
Yeah,
that
COVID is
virus
still around.
goes little and little and little. Because I mean that's how
Yeah,
viruses end, right? Like they start off huge and then they slowly diminish until nothing.
yeah. And so it's like super tiny, and then it's just everyone forgets about it, and then the next thing you know, there's something else, right? But I've
Yeah.
got to say that we are fortunate that we're not in like a World War II or World War One. Can you just imagine? Even though I love watching war movies, just imagine being in that time period where it's like the whole world is at war, and you can't even step out of your house. Like you don't even know if you're sleeping in your house and you can get bombed or something. It's just like that. Living during that time was crazy, like compared to what we're going through right now, right? I
Yeah.
go back, I think about that like a lot.
Oh wow. I'm sorry. I'm reading the comments too.
Okay. No, no, go ahead.
Like 7th.
Oh, 7th. I was wrong. They're at number 7 plus the flu shot.
I need to be more like prepared for this because I haven't COVID shot in a while.
Well,
Oh,
some people they're pretty like my sister is like she's like once they announce the shot, she's like, I got it, I did it, right? But some people are just like, well, I think two shots is enough for me, like because eventually your body is gonna learn how to heal from it. But also I think it depends on your age as well too. So if you're like a senior, then you're probably gonna be more worried about your health. But if you're like a little like younger, then so I can get
our
for
immune
that.
systems are still like growing when we're like younger, but when you're older, like your immune system can easily break down from
Yes.
other kind of sicknesses. So like it is good
Yep.
to have a booster when you're older. Like I did that. I got the first COVID shot that came out. I immediately got it when everybody was scared to get it. I did
You're
it.
like the first one, first in line.
I was literally one of the first
Yeah.
because not even because I'm scared, but because I did it for my dad because my dad
Okay.
is in that age, susceptible age.
Yeah. I think a lot of people did that.
Yeah. He was a bit nervous about like me coming home because I worked during the pandemic in a grocery store. And I still work at the grocery store, but
Yeah.
I during the pandemic at the grocery store and everybody was like so afraid and like having fear and like being really cautious because we didn't know what to expect. Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but that's why I did it. But then there was also so much controversy about it too. We don't have to get into too much.
I know there is a lot.
But
It's
people
like
were scared.
crazy.
People were saying that there were things in there, and I'm like, I just got this vaccine, and I hope that this doesn't affect me because.
Or I get it because of the vaccine or so forth. Like there's so many things, right?
Yeah, but I think it's good just to educate yourself and maybe not look on social media about the vaccines. Like, don't take other people's opinions. Just like the health, like the opinions from the doctors are probably the most important, right?
Yeah.
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 But
Tracy says I am immune compromised. I had 2 kidney transplants. Wow. Was that how long ago was that, Tracy, when you had that? The 2 kidney transplants? Yeah, you see that like people like when you go through something like that, it's definitely like especially if you had health problems or health issues on top of the pandemic, right? That is just crazy, right? And I've spoken to a lot of people and they never had anxiety or they never were depressed until the pandemic hit. And they still have anxiety and depression because of what happened. And it's hard for them to kind of escape it still. They're still kind of like trapped in it a little bit,
yeah,
right? And it's tough, right? But that's why hopefully the stuff that I've been doing have been helping people because again, I wouldn't be writing quotes today if I didn't read quotes myself when I had my anxiety and depression, right? Like quotes, affirmations, writing positive things on post-it notes and putting it like even that chart you have, like everything that you're doing in your room is amazing, right?
yeah. Well, I got this board, probably this board that I have behind me, and it's actually less stuff on there, so it's more readable now. I found the problem out. I actually
Okay.
I really didn't have a board for a long time, but I got it like maybe in 2022 because I was like, you know what, I need something where I can like write down things I need to do on a daily basis and have it right in front of me and on a big board because it'll help me.
Do you
And
have
it,
that board there? Are you talking? Do you have the board on your wall?
yeah, I
Can
did
you
that.
show it to? Is it the one you showed us last time?
Yeah, I actually
Can you show it to us again for
sure,
those that have not seen it yet?
sure. I
It's probably
actually
still in black marker, right?
yeah, I still have black marker because I
Okay.
haven't bought colorful markers yet. But um I got this is what came with the board. It came with a black marker.
Yeah,
I,
usually they
I
do.
erased everything by the way because I realized I had too much stuff. I had clutter on a board can make you not want to read it to begin with because
Yeah,
then you feel overwhelmed by all
yeah.
of the stuff written on there.
That's how my mind was when I I had to that's why I thought, it's like clearing that,
Yeah.
right? It's almost like that board you had. You look at it, it's so messy, you're just like, "No, I don't even wanna look at it." Right? I
Yeah.
just don't wanna look at it.
I think that's what made me like fall away from the board, because I was like, yeah, I have so many things that I want to do and so much excitement, but maybe there's too much on there and I just need a little bit. So this is what I did. um so I erased all
Oh, there you go. Much better.
it's clear, it's more organized. I have basic things on there. I wanted to get I'll share a little bit. I wanted to get some
Okay,
like
sure.
gym equipment. I want to
Yes.
get a smoothie blender.
So, yes. That's gonna go with your workouts.
Yeah, but I didn't get a smoothie blender yet. I'm gonna give myself a few more weeks because I need to save my money first, and then I'm going to get a blender.
Okay, as long as you know what you're gonna get it, right? One step at a time.
Yeah, exactly. I just recently got myself a gym membership instead of like
Oh,
resistance bands, because I almost wanted to have my own at-home gym, but I realized it can be pricey, and I'd rather be in person where like where I'm just like able to be working out with other people, because it'll
yeah.
make more.
Yeah,
So
for sure.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
I
I
work
think
out
that's,
I used to go to a gym, but I have I already have the equipment at home, so that's and plus I work out like late, like 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning, and then I have like a protein shake after, which is like 4 in the morning, and that's why I sleep at 6 in the morning. So because I'm just, I have just so much energy. I have all this protein in me, and I'm just like I can't sleep. But I tried to switch so that I would wake up at 7 in the morning, 8 in the morning, and I did it for maybe about 2 weeks. But I just didn't feel the same, like that's why I went back to my old, because it felt like I did a lot more and it was just, I don't know, just something about it. So it was good while it lasted. I'm not saying that I'm not going to try it again where I wake up at 6 in the morning and enjoy. I think it might change actually when spring hits, because I can wake up in the morning and listen to the birds chirp and all that stuff, right? You get more sun, more sun. But in the winter, it's like it gets dark at like 4:30. So,
yeah.
um, yeah,
I
changing my
just
routine.
noticed some comments like
Okay,
that.
let's go to comments.
So
Tracy, that is awesome. Yeah, Tracy. Okay, thanks. Looks good. Focus on smaller tasks. Um, oh wow, Tracy, you are so strong. Tracy, congratulations. Oh, because Tracy said something here. I missed
yeah,
it.
5 years of a kidney anniversary is what she.
Okay. Oh, awesome, Tracy. Wow, 5 years. Yay for Tracy. Thanks. I have been working on becoming strong. That's amazing. And, and we could tell that you are much stronger, Tracy. That's why she's having that Dairy Queen thing that she had.
Oh yeah, that sounds really good. The red velvet.
Oh,
Ooh.
you remember the name? I was like, what was it again? It was red something. Yeah, the red
Red
velvet.
velvet. I
Have you
know
had
that.
it before?
No, I haven't. But I mean, I work in a bakery,
Okay.
so I know red velvet when I
Oh,
read
okay. I like
it.
the red velvet. I've had red velvet cake. I never a sundae though before. She finished it. So Tracy, does that mean you're gonna come on here with Natalie? What is that? Is that your cat?
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so literally, my cat just put her tail in front of the camera.
Yeah, I was like, that looked like a cat tail. Oh, there she is.
Isn't she cute?
Yeah, what was her name again?
Tina.
Tina?
Tina.
Oh,
Ti.
Tina. That's right, Tina. That's
Yeah,
right, Tina.
I have to spell it out because when I would say Tina, sometimes like people like when I would take her to the vet and I would say her name is Tina, people would say
Yeah.
something like Bino or like I don't even
What?
know. They
That's
gave
not
some
even
weird
close.
name. They write the name down wrong, and I'm like, it's Tina.
Oh my gosh, that's not even close to Tina and Bino.
Yeah, or something similar to that. And the reason why I named her Tina is because this was something I did at like 13 years old. I was like, Tina means tiny.
Right.
That's what Tina means, like tiny, petite. And she was a small cat at first, and that's why.
Are you a cat lover or a dog lover? Or
Uh,
both?
well, I would say I've always wanted a dog when I was a kid. But my dad was like thinking that it would be too much responsibility, so he would
Yeah,
always.
it is. It's like basically having a child. Like our dog, but
I have a child, right? This is my
yeah,
kid, right?
that is your child, yeah. But is she like an outdoor cat or is she like more of like an indoor cat and she likes to stay inside?
She's an indoor cat.
Oh, so cute. Look at her. Look at her eyes. Wow.
Yeah, she's really beautiful. She's got like so much. She's a cutie pie. Let me just turn on the light because
Okay.
oh, she's running away. Okay, never mind.
She
She's.
knows that you're gonna turn on the light.
I think she just doesn't want to be a part of this. She's like, please, no paparazzi.
She was so shy, like, I can't go on live right now. But my dog, I talk about her a lot, Kona. She really did change. I really couldn't believe that an animal could change someone's life so much, you know? Like we had dogs before, and my first dog only like not even lived to 2 years old. She had like health issues, so I was so afraid to get another dog because when I lost her, I was just like, I don't want to go through that again, right? So, but you know, in time, you know, we eventually got more dogs. But when we got Kona, when my family brought Kona in, like she brought something into our house that was lost, and I think it was the love. It was just something about it, right? It was like I would just lie down there and she would just curl up beside me, and you could just look in her eyes, or just you can feel it. For so long I didn't feel that. Like even though my family was trying to give it to me, I was like, I pushed it away because I just felt like, no, this is my world. I have to deal with it. I don't want you guys to be affected by it. And that's why I felt so lonely. But you know, Kona didn't know any of that, and she didn't understand any of that. So it was just like she just did what she needed to do to spread love and to be there for me. And when she started rubbing that energy off to me, I could feel it, and I think that helped me so much, you know, to realize that, Roger, you need to fix
Friend.
things. Yeah.
I'm
You need
sorry,
to
I don't
fix
want
it.
to interrupt you, but
No,
you're
no,
a
it's okay.
friend because, like, I back to what you were saying. Like, you can sense like the love from your animal. Like, I can
Yeah,
sense from my cat.
totally.
She's a bit peaceful. Like, when
Yeah,
like I can notice like the calmness in my cat because she sits there and I can just tell that she's in a relaxed state, and it makes me in a relaxed state because then you can just like see the love coming from them and
yeah,
it relaxes you. So
yeah. And I kinda, like, let go of everything and just in that moment while I'm with her, it's just me and her, you know, and we're just together alone, and I don't have to worry about anything and just, you know, share love, and, you know, it brings me peace. Tina is precious, says Elizabeth. Sarah says, we need a service animal for my husband's epilepsy. Yes, puppy love is the best. They relax you. Elizabeth says, Sarah, get a golden doodle. They are amazing. Oh, I love golden doodles. They are.
oh,
Sarah says, yes. Tracy says, Tracy, I was just diagnosed with polycystic kidney disease. I began following Roger about 3 years ago when I was diagnosed with, oh, I missed that. Ehlers Danlos syndrome. Did I say that right? Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. His quotes helped me tremendously. Wow, that's amazing, Tracy. I mean, it's sad that to hear that you were diagnosed with that, but to know that my quotes have helped you during this time. Like Tracy's been following me for 3 years. It's crazy. How long have you been following me, Natalie?
I want to say it's probably been a year.
Wow, you've been a year.
I believe
Wow.
I would have to look back and see.
Remember about my first, I know Farhana has been like one of my first, and Shell, you know, she wasn't able to make it. And Tracy, the other Tracy McAdam, was been following me for a long time too. So, you know, it's just amazing to have that loyalty. You know, like whenever I do our lives, they're like there. You know,
Mhm.
just like how you are. I know you're busy, you're working stuff, but you're just like, yeah, I can make it. I can make it. But
Yeah,
just to know,
I one thing I remember was like I remember the first time I like came across your Facebook page.
wow, Sarah, 2, 3 years. Sorry.
Oh no,
Thank
you're
you, Sarah. Thank you, Sarah.
and you're okay. Like, the comments are important too, so it's good to have that switching back and forth because we want to make sure that they feel welcomed and like
Yes.
a part of the conversation.
Yes, totally. That's why that's what I love going to the chat. So we're trying to get to the chat and we're all talking at the same time. So yeah,
Yeah.
I know they understand.
Yeah, I definitely feel bad because sometimes I feel like we talk over, and I'm just like, I hope that they're okay because like I obviously engagement is like really important, and like you want them to feel like they're they're a part of the conversation. And
Yes.
yeah, so. Oh, Sarah said we love your light and peace. Is that towards you or to like both of us
To
or
both
me?
of us, I think. I think both of us.
That's great.
Yeah. See, I told you guys, like Natalie just has this. She glows. I knew it right from the start when you first showed up for my first YouTube live. And I didn't know you really that at that time because you just showed up, and then it was just like you were just saying hi to everybody, and everything that you were saying was so positive, and I just knew like your energy was just it's contagious, right? So that's why I love having you on live, because having both of us on at the same time just projects that much more love, you know.
I agree with
Wait,
that.
sorry for your loss, Tracy. Oh, I lost a friend who had it. Oh, okay. That was what Tracy said. And Tracy says, "You have helped me so much, Roger, and I'm so glad I have, Tracy. I really do. Like, oh, that's why I love what I do. I love what I do, and I'm so thankful to God for giving me this skill set that I thought I never had. Like, honestly, like, if I were to look back at myself 10 years ago, if I traveled from like the future to the past, says, hey, guess what, Roger? You're going to be writing quotes in 10 years, and you're going to be helping a lot of people. Do you believe me? You know, I'd be like, you're get out of town. There is no way, man. There is no way. I hate writing. I love people. I would love to help people, but like me writing, that's like, no, that's not gonna happen. But you just never know, right? Like literally, you just never know what could happen to you. That's why I love telling people, you do not know what's going to happen in the future, right? Maybe you have a little chance of knowing what's going to happen tomorrow because whatever you're dealing with, you just know tomorrow is this is going to happen. But do you know what's going to happen to you by the end of the year? No, probably not, right?
I mean,
So,
I just want to say your quotes have inspired me like a lot because like let's just say if it wasn't for looking at your quotes, like I screenshot your quotes all the time. Like
oh, perfect, great, that's awesome. Do you collect them too? Do you have a guess who I see? I see Tracy. So I'm gonna bring her on with us. She's gonna join us. Gonna have three of us. So this is Tracy.
three of
Here
us.
she comes. Finally, I got Tracy. I can't wait to have her on. Here she comes.
Hello.
There she is. That's Tracy. She's already. She's already.
Hang on, I've got all this.
You're ready. You're done your Dairy Queen.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. I was like, okay, I heard the bleep, and then I was like, okay, someone's coming on. I gotta. Oh my gosh, it's Tracy. I've known Tracy for so long. That's why I wanted to come her on this show. But yeah, thank you so much, Tracy, for coming on. And wait, hold on.
I got
Kathy says I
all this
screenshot you and I
echo and what the heck? I've got all this.
It's working. We can hear you.
Oh no, I can't hear.
You
You
can?
can't hear me?
Sometimes I can.
I can hear you. Can everyone hear Tracy? Elizabeth and Sarah and Kathy. Can you hear Tracy? Say something, Tracy. Can you hear me, Tracy?
I can hear you. Can you hear
Okay.
me?
Can you hear that, Natalie?
Yeah.
Hang on a second. Just a minute. Hang on a second. Just a minute.
I can hear pretty clearly.
Yeah, I can hear you.
I think it needs to be in front of
Yep.
that's why sometimes we can't hear it when it
Here. Okay.
Okay, unplug and try just the phone. Let's try that. No.
Oh.
Oh no, I don't hear anything now.
What's going on? Maybe she has it muted.
Oh, she might. Do you have it muted, Tracy? Oh, it does
Oh,
say
it's
mute
muted.
on Tracy. Tracy, it says mute. I see mute. Can you press the unmute button? There.
Oh.
I think it worked better with the mic on. You're gonna get this right. Now I'm gonna help Tracy get online. She's so close.
We need to have a conversation.
Rita says not hearing. Rita, you're still here. I can still get a chance to get you on. Kathy says hi, Tracy.
Hi.
Elizabeth says I can hear you. Sarah says I can hear everyone. Tracy, speak. Tracy?
Hello.
I can hear you.
Yes.
Hi.
Yes, we can hear you. Okay, we can hear you. I think
hear all
everything's
these
good.
voices.
We did it. There's no echo, right? You guys don't hear no echo or anything, right? Yeah, we're good.
Okay, now
Okay.
it's good. I could
It's
hear all
good.
I could hear all these voices before. I was like, okay.
I think it was just, sometimes you have to unplug and plug in. That
Yeah.
always works, right? For some strange reason. Prahana says, hi, Tracy. And Sarah says, we are cheering you on, Tracy. Rita, can you hear Tracy now? I think you guys can all hear her, right? Yeah, I think we're good.
Yay.
Now I
So
got all
Tracy,
this echo.
you hear kind of like an echo? It's not that bad though, right? Can you hear?
I don't
It's okay, right? You can hear us, right?
what is going on.
I don't know, just laughter. Laughter heals, love heals. Just sometimes
I'm tired.
All right.
Yeah.
Last time Tracy's like, "Oh, yeah, I don't think I'll come on tonight. I'm in my PJs or whatever." I'm like, "Okay, well, you can just watch the show. You don't have to come on live."
Oh, I'm tired.
That is
Yeah,
so
I mean, like, it's 9:30. You must have had a long day. Maybe it
well.
was that Dairy Queen that got you tired.
Oh no, that made me hyper
Oh,
probably.
that did, right? That would totally make me hyper.
So why am I hearing all these voices?
It could be a delay. Whose voice do you hear? Do you just hear mine right now? Do you hear just my voice, Tracy?
Yeah, I can hear your voice and I can hear all these other voices.
I think I know what it could be. What if she has like another app on and she has like an audio going?
Yeah,
Hold on.
you're probably listening to another
Oh,
app that's playing.
I've still got, hold on.
You have the Leaf game on?
No,
Oh, the Leafs aren't playing.
it's not
Okay.
on.
Otherwise, you wouldn't be watching
Hold
me right
on.
now if you was watching hockey.
Oh, yeah, maybe she
Oh,
refresh
she's
it.
probably has to take it off. Okay, so Sarah says, "Hey Tracy, what helped you get through every day?" Okay, well, when she comes back, I will get her to answer that. Farhana says, "Hi, Sarah." Tracy says, "I'm doing well. The positivity I get from your quotes is the best medicine ever," and that is amazing. I love that. Thank you. I'm so. It makes me feel so good. It really does. That's why I continue to do what I do, and I can't wait. When I wake up in the morning, I jump off of bed, and then I have my coffee first of all, and then I go outside, get some fresh air, and I think, and I think of what to write. And I just wait until I can think of something good to write, and then that's when I start designing. Just to tell you, anybody that doesn't know the process of me writing quotes, there are two things that I do. One of them is sometimes I think of the quote, and I think of the quote first, and then the picture comes after. Sometimes I look at a picture first. So I look at galleries, right? That's where I get my photos from. I look at the gallery, and then I say, okay, what is that person thinking about in their head, as like whatever the story is telling in the picture, and then my quote comes from that photo, right? But I think the hardest sometimes is me thinking of the quote, what to write, and then finding the photo for it, because sometimes it takes me 2 hours to find one photo to basically, yeah, like, and I'm sitting there, I'm like, oh my gosh, it's 3 o'clock. I need to post. But sometimes, it's worth it because I find that right picture that suits perfectly with what I want to say. Because if you think about, both of them have to work well with each other, right? If I have something that means so much, but I put this picture that has nothing to do with a quote, it ruins the whole meaning of the whole package, right? So
Yeah. Well, the photo actually adds to like the quote and the picture together. Like it adds
mhm.
beauty of the quote. It makes the quote more like I would
It-
say the quote is meaningful, but it adds an extra touch to it. And
yeah,
it
for
adds
sure.
extra meaning to it because then you see a girl who may be
Yeah,
going you see a girl in a picture who may be going through that and like
yeah.
yeah, it's like it's kind of connects people together because you see the girl in the picture with the quote as well. So
Yeah, and I sometimes get a lot of people asking me, Roger, how come you have so many women in your photos? And then they should have more men. And I've been trying, and the reason why is because when I go through the gallery, a lot of the photos that have to do with what I want to say, they come from females, like women in photography, either it's in nature or whatever the case may be. And it's just, maybe I just haven't been looking in the right place for I know there's a lot of photography with men as well, right? But I think for what I'm trying to say fits well with, I don't know, something about woman. right? I'm not saying that nothing against men, right? And plus also like 75% of my followers are female, right? So there's
Yeah.
a big chunk of that. So I mean, for anybody that's asked me or wondering, but I am going to, one of the things I have to do this year is to involve more men in more photography, because there are men that are going through dark times too, right?
I have a
Right?
have you looked on Pinterest?
Yes, I started, but the thing with Pinterest is when I have to post, it has there's like copyright issues and stuff like that. So I need to go to places where it's like basically there's no copyright issues, like they're just like free to grab and stuff. But when I started writing, Pinterest was like everything like everything I got was from there. Like
I,
even when I started reading quotes, that was the first place I would go to, was Pinterest. They have so many quotes there.
I can
Pamela says, "Thank you, Roger, for letting me share my story." You're very, very welcome, Pamela. Like, if you ever want to come live, Pamela, to really just come out and speak of your story, I mean, you just let me know, and I would dedicate the whole evening for you so that you could just speak it out. And then we can have people interact with how we're kind of like doing now, this environment we have and the people that are in the chat room right now, we all are beautiful and loving people. And if you ever need to, say something that you've been holding, and you could feel free and say it. So just let me know, Pamela. You know, just let me know, and just Natalie. Natalie was like, I don't. Even Natalie was nervous, and this is her second time. So just let me know, Pamela. Thank you so much for sharing your story. I'm sure a lot of people would love to hear your story. Pamela, if you could allow me, I could put your link that you sent me so they could watch your little video. It's like 2 minutes long, and it's just her, telling about what she needed to say, and I think it's very, very powerful too. Oh, for Hana's going, or is it have a good night, sweet dreams, or was that for someone for Hana might? I don't think it's nighttime for Hana. I'm not sure.
Oh, I think she said thanks for the beautiful live stream, and I guess she is.
Oh, okay. So Farhana's going, bye, Farhana. Thank you for coming again. I will catch you next live again. Kathy says, I am the same. Tracy, watch church online. Afraid to go back soon, minister. Just over COVID. I've had 5 shots. Okay, everyone's saying by Farhana. Yeah, some people have gotten like, wait, was it Tracy that had 7 shots? She said.
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah, it was 7 shots. Yes, sir. Put it out there. Okay, give me 1 second. I'm just gonna put the link. Grab Pam's link so you guys can click it after. I'm surprised Patty didn't make it today. She'll probably make it on the weekend. Okay, go on. Give me a second. I just gotta find Pam's.
No worries. I'm just
okay. Say what you were saying. I know you wanted to say something. I cut you off, I think.
Oh no, you're fine. I think it had something to do with it was kind of like a joke in a sense, but maybe it could potentially be something. I was thinking I could, if you need some male photos, I have a Canon camera. I can take pictures of my guy friends.
Yeah, you could take. Yeah, sure. Take photos, or even if you see, I love nature and I love sunsets. I love. Do you?
Yes.
Oh, send it to me.
Okay.
Yeah, just send me whatever photos you think, and I will give you credit because you did take the photo. Yeah, Patty is beautiful. Glad to have met her. Yeah, Patty is super fantastic. I'll probably have her on this weekend. She actually was on my live last week with Sarah Walker, and we had a great time too as well. So I think Natalie is gonna send me something.
Well, actually,
later.
when I in the future, because right now, like it'll probably take me some time.
Yeah.
My camera is dead.
Ooh.
Need to
charge. Okay.
But it's
no
a
problem.
CSI.
Oh, you got a Rebel.
Yes, I bought this with my during COVID with my stimulus money. Because I wanted.
Hey man, you can't go wrong with buying a camera, man, because you can take so many amazing photos, right?
Yeah.
Oh, Tracy loves photography. I love photography too. I had to buy a camera too I'm actually filming this live stream with my Sony A6000. But I took it because I love taking photos as well, right? Before I hated taking photo. When I had anxiety and depression, I'd hated photo. I remember I wanted like I had like family photos like around the house and I couldn't even look at them. I couldn't I didn't want I should have took more photos of myself. I have a couple. I don't know if you've seen some of them of me when I was sad and depressed. I posted a couple times on my page. You ever seen them before? There's one with me and my mom on the front porch, and my mom has her arm around me. Did you ever see that one?
No, I don't think I have.
Oh, okay.
I think maybe when did you post these?
I think a month, 2 months ago. I post them from time to time, so I'll post it again. I'll let you know. It's sad, but it's so powerful. My brother actually took that photo. I didn't take it. He came back from Hong Kong. Like he literally flew from Hong Kong to come see me because he knew what happened to me. And at that time, I'd sit there on my front porch with my mom, and she'd have her arms around me, telling me never give up and stuff like that, right? And then my brother was like, he just saw this photo and he's like, "Oh, this is gonna be powerful. I need to show it to Roger one day when he heals himself." Right. So after I did heal myself, he's like, "Oh, Roger, guess what? I took this photo back in the day, when you were crying with mom." And I saw it and I almost cried because I was just like, this is what I look like from behind. This is how, yeah, this is like how bad it was. Right. And there was this other photo of me and my mom. She would take me to the park sometimes because she was like, Roger, we need to go outside. We need to go for walks. You need to go around nature. And I was just like, I think I should take a selfie because one day I think I'm gonna look back at this photo. That's what I was telling myself. I want to look back at this photo one day and say that I healed myself. I did it, right? I did it. And so it was me taking a selfie of me, and my mom. I think we just finished crying because I remember looking at my mom's eyes, and we were just struggling to keep that smile for the photo. And that was a powerful photo. You probably didn't see it, but I'll
it. I promise. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I haven't seen it.
no, that's it. I know some of you guys here on the chat have probably seen it. Sarah, you've probably seen it. Kathy, maybe Tracy, you might have seen it, but it's one of the most powerful photos that I took of myself. Yeah. I did not look like what I look like now. Like if you saw that photo, you'd be like, yeah, that is Roger, I think. But you could tell the difference between someone who just totally is lost and totally does not love themselves and somebody that is going through a very, very difficult chapter in their life, right?
Yeah.
That's the difference. And the difference between someone who, kind of like knows how to love themselves, knows how to take care of themselves and is starting to love life again. And, you can see the difference between the different versions, I'm saying, right? So everybody has a version of themselves. So like if you do have that goal or that mission for yourself and say, you know what, I really want to see how I look like the best version of myself. That is what I'm chasing. That's what I'm striving to do. Right.
Yeah.
It's like, and I think you're gonna do that now. Like literally, like by the end of this year, and anybody in the chat that's actually has that same mindset where yes, by 2000, I was gonna say 2015.
Oh no.
2020 before 2020. I can't believe it's 2026. Before 2026.
24?
Huh? What?
You said 2026.
Did I? That's a long time. 2000. Oh my gosh. 2025. 2025. Now I'm jumping ahead because oh my gosh.
It's okay. It might take me 2 years.
No. I mean, yeah. I mean, by 2026, you'll even be better than you are in 2025. That's the goal, right? So.
Yes.
Tracy says I have learned how to love myself. That's amazing. In the past couple of years. Sarah says, yes, I did. I look at the photos I took when I lost my son to show what grief looks like. And yeah, and that must be super tough, right? To look back. I was so like, it is tough to look back at those, but sometimes you need to look back at those photos, right? Just my mom does that every single day. She has like I lost my father over 12 years ago. The only way my mother was able to move forward was to have photos of my father, right? All over the place. Right. Yeah. To remind him that, hey, he's still here, like not physically, but spiritually, he's here and he's with me all the time, everywhere I go. And and it helps her so much, right?
Yeah. And it's good to have those memories of have those good memories with that family member and or like that person that you truly love, like you can always look back at those pictures, and yeah, like you're saying, like their spirit is still there. And also it's nice to have that, because I feel like that's the best way to heal, because if you don't have those pictures of that person that you like, you're grieving, it's not going to help the grieving process. But like it's kind of a beautiful bittersweet moment, I feel, right?
Yeah, it is. It definitely is. Um, and at the same time, for her to heal as well was also to spend time with, her loved ones, right? Because she knows that she still has to, and I've said this before, like we all have our own journey. And she probably knows that my dad is saying, and like, I know I am gone, but you still have so much to look forward to. So, spend as much time as you have to be as happy as you can.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, that's I think that is the most important thing. I know it takes time to go over grief. Like it's just really difficult, but you know, you just have to remind yourself that, especially if you believe in heaven and that, that we're all going to go there, that, we are made out of energy, and this body we have is just this physical thing that we have to help us with our journey, to go through our journey on earth, because earth is a
Yeah.
physical, we're physical. But
Yeah.
after that, it's like our energy, our spirit goes, back up there. And hopefully we learned what we needed to learn while we're here. And then we come back to earth and then live another experience. And, it's just all about evolving and, you know, learning from our mistakes. If we haven't learned from our mistakes, it's going to come back at us again until we do learn it, right? And
Yeah.
then we just keep
Focus.
moving forward.
Like you like paying attention to like that mistake that happens like over and over. Like it's
Mm.
about focus, and like being able to focus and realize that that mistake keeps on
Yeah,
happening.
it'll still keep happening and happening and happening until, and it just makes sense. It's like you go, just like you're taking an exam
Yeah.
and you keep getting that same answer wrong. You're always going to get it wrong until you correct it. And then the next time it comes, you know the answer. So you don't have to worry about it anymore. And then you just go,
Yeah.
it's kind of like that, right?
Yes.
So I look at life as that, like that for sure, because, there are still so many lessons we still have to learn ahead of us, right? But we just have to remember, like, I like writing quotes about mistakes, because you have to remember, you have to remind yourself that we are human. We are allowed to make mistakes. None of us are perfect, and no one will ever be perfect. And we're just going to have to just learn as much as we can. And hopefully, and when it comes again, we'll be able to be smart enough to say, oh, yeah, I remember this is what I shouldn't do and I should do. Right.
Yeah.
And then you pass the test. And then life is going to throw something at you again. And then you're going to learn something new. And then,
Yeah, it's all about discipline too, because I feel like even then you can realize that that's a mistake, and like that's a mistake, but it takes like courage to like change that, and it takes
mhm.
like acceptance to change that mistake.
Acceptance. Oh my gosh. Acceptance is huge.
Yeah.
Right. Accepting.
Yeah.
And
'Cause
that was a huge one for me. Sorry, go ahead.
no, you're fine. I'm listening. I'm just agreeing with you on that one. I actually have a quote here uh, from
All right, let's go. I love quotes. Let's go.
when I was like in high school. I got like this. My English teacher would always like have a quote every day, and he would give it out to someone in the class. Like he would read it and then hand
No
it to
way.
the class. And I still have it, and I've kept it on my wall for like all these years.
Let's see it.
And it says, I'll read it, but if I'm gonna share it, I need to make sure that the paper doesn't crumble up here.
Okay.
It looks pretty old.
Is it rolled up?
Yeah, it kind of got. I don't know if it's rolled up. It's more like the tape is bending it.
Oh, okay, okay.
Okay, here we go. I'm gonna share this.
Okay.
I was gonna read it, but if you want to see it, I'll show it to you
No,
too.
no, read it. Read it. Read
No,
it
no,
with
here.
emotion. Oh,
I'll
you can
show
show it to us. Okay.
I'll show it and read it. It says, "Accepting oneself does not
Yeah.
preclude an attempt to become better."
Better. Wow, who's that?
Flannery O'Connor.
Flannery O'Connor. Accepting oneself does not preclude an attempt to become better. And your teacher would pass these out, like, what was it? Like every day?
Yeah, like every day he would read one quote a day, and he would give it to someone in the room randomly.
Oh,
And like
wow.
sometimes it would have meaning because maybe other students were like going through that, so they could relate to that quote or something. So
Yeah. That's an actual amazing idea. They should do that.
I think they still do
Oh,
that, but I graduated, and I haven't spoken with them in a long time.
oh,
But
that's
I
okay.
still have the quote.
Yeah, you kept that at least. Like you said, how long ago was that?
I want to say this was 2018 or 2019.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Not too long ago, but long at the same time. 5 years, 5 years passed by so fast. It's crazy.
Yes, it
You
is.
know,
I can't believe it. It is shocking, but this is life. It goes
it
by.
is life, and we
Yeah.
just got to do as much as we can.
Yeah.
On a daily basis. Oh man, I wasted so much. It's not. It's because I had anxiety and depression. Obviously, I wasted a lot of time.
Yeah.
Right. So, but when I started to realize that time was so important and time was so precious and time is everything, right? Because what you do is literally what do you do on your daily, every single day that is going to help you become better, right? And then I kept telling myself that every day. It was hard at the beginning because I felt like I was in mud. Like literally, I couldn't. It felt like I took one step, but then at the same time, it felt like I took 3 steps back, right? And some of you probably understand what I mean by that. And it sucks because it just feels like you're not seeing any change, And when I felt that way every single day, that's when I said, I think I'm just going to give up because I'm trying so hard, but nothing is happening, right? And so many people feel that way. And that's when they decide, that's it. Like whether it's a project or like class, like whatever, it just feels like, but I just had to sometimes you just really okay, it's all about forcing yourself, okay? It's like basically if no one out there is going to push you, or even if they're trying to push you, but that's not helping, you have to push yourself.
Yeah. But it's also about patience, I feel like, because
It's huge.
I experience the same emotions on the daily basis, but like, we all kind of have like our highs and lows, like a roller coaster. I told my manager that a few days ago
Life
because
is a roller coaster.
yeah, like I told my manager this a few days ago because he was like, "Oh, I'm not feeling so well," and I'm
Yeah.
like, "Yeah, well, like it is a roller coaster. Like you have your moments where you're happy, and like even if things are like happy and like you have everything that you've ever wanted, you can still
Yeah.
experience those like moments of sadness, but then you could always go right back up.
Yeah.
So yeah, and yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So it's good
Yeah,
to
I mean, we're all gonna go through very sad time, not very, but we're gonna go through sad times. But we also have to remember that we also went through happy times, right? So, and I had to remind myself that too. I was like, Roger, you're not always going to be sad, okay? Like there's going to be a day, patience, here comes patience. One day, I don't know when it's gonna happen, but one day there's balance in life. Okay. You have to believe that there is always a balance, right? So we're going through a really dark time, but that is eventually going to fade and turn into something better, right? And that's what we're saying. Like, life is a roller coaster. You're going to go up through ups and downs, right? And then, but the thing is, when you do get to a point where you are happy, like absorb every single second of that happiness when you're happy, because you don't know when that's going to end and when you're going to get it again,
yeah.
right?
And I also wanted something that is on the tip of my tongue right now is like self belief. Like you have to kind of like believe in yourself. Like
Always.
even with others, like don't even if others don't really like know your past and like
And a
you
lot
don't
of people don't, right?
know.
They don't know everything about what happened to you in the past, so they can't
Yeah.
like that's why a lot of people are afraid about people judging them and stuff, right? And it's just like, you don't know me. Like, you don't know what I went through,
Yeah.
right?
Well, that even happened to me today because like I mentioned how I can be a big overthinker.
Yeah.
I kind of thought this to myself. I realized that I had that thought and I'm like, hold on. Like I'm starting to try to like pay attention to my thinking a little bit. And
Mm.
I realized today that I was overthinking and maybe like worrying about something, like creating something that like what would you call it? Like overthinking about a situation that didn't happen.
Probably, yeah, that might not happen.
Yeah, or even like overthinking about trying to like trying to understand how someone feels about you. You don't
Oh,
know how
right.
they feel about you, and you don't know
Exactly.
if they would like you or not like you. So do you, what matters is if you like love yourself, because
Yeah.
there's going to be people, even if other people love you, there's going to be people that don't love you so much, but you don't have to focus on that. You can focus on the people that like truly like love you, but
Yeah.
also number one, like, you know, you're always number one, like, yes.
Yeah. You said that right. That's you got
Yeah.
that right on the dot. And that's why I love talking about loving yourself, because that is I always say focus is number one, loving yourself is number two, but honestly, loving yourself is the most important. But the reason why I say focus is first, because it's like you won't be able to know how to love yourself until you have like everything here is clear. Like you really need to be clear up here. And then when you start loving yourself, you're gonna heal yourself, you're gonna heal your heart, you're gonna heal, everything changes, right? And then you will start receiving love from the universe, and you'll start seeing more love enter your life, whether it's another person, whether it's a family member, where it's just so powerful, that energy, right? So if you can just love yourself as much as possible, can you imagine how much of that positive goodness of vibes that you're creating, not just for yourself, but how you're like spreading it to other people,
Yeah,
right?
exactly. But also sometimes you do have to protect your energy, because I've noticed that I'm like, I try to be positive to other people, but then also it kind of like it sometimes it affects me in the process, because there are people that are not so positive, and
Some
I'm just
people aren't ready for it. They just
yeah,
don't have, they're just not connected the same. They won't connect with you because their frequency is not the same as yours,
yeah.
right? You can have all this positivity, but this one person has all this negativity. It's like they will not be able to absorb that
Well, how do
because
you
they're
handle that
projecting.
kind of scenario? Because I seem to that happens. I'm sure that happens to like everyone in some
Yeah, it
sense.
does. It does, right? So it depends. Like, is this a family member? Is this someone you go to work with? Is this someone you see every day? Is this someone you talk to every day? It all
Yeah,
depends, right? So, like, it's easier said than done to say, well, just don't associate yourself with that person. But
yeah,
heck, if it's my family member, or if I have to go to work every single day and I have to see that person, you have to deal with it. So that's why I say it's really important for you to have a strong mindset,
yeah,
because when their negativity comes and they start attacking you, you are strong enough to say, you know what, whatever you're saying, it's not going to affect me, because I am at a much higher level than you, and I am not going to go down to your level, and
yeah,
whatever you say is not going to bring, like, I am, you and I do not match, basically, right? So you just, if you go to work with them, then you work, and you're strong enough to deal with it, because
yeah.
when you go home, you're going to reset, you're going to go into your positive world and whatever, recharge, and go back to work and see them
Yeah.
again,
I do want to
right?
say one thing, but I do notice that there's 14 comments. I'm
Okay,
just
go ahead.
wait,
Okay,
I
you read it,
want,
you read.
yeah. You want me to read?
Yes, you read.
Read the comments?
Yes, you read the comments.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
I just want to quickly say though, before I read the comments, I just want to quickly say, I guess that like I have a strategic way of like handling that, like when it comes to the negativity. I'm just gonna say this quickly.
Yeah, go
Um,
ahead.
um, like I usually try to like focus on my work, like what's in front of me. When I notice that there's like some negativity around me, I just try to
Yeah.
like focus on the
Yep.
what I have to get done, and then also like I always just try to like find someone that is like positive, someone that's on the same frequency as me, and
Yes.
that's a way to like help me cope and get through the day. If something's negative, usually I focus on a positive person, and it makes me
That
happy.
that it makes a huge difference.
Yeah,
Because
but
you're not,
let's read the
it's not
comments.
like you're, oh yeah, go ahead, go to the chat. Go chat.
Oh no, wait, what were you gonna? I don't know.
No, go to the chat first.
Okay, okay. Um, wow. So there, where did the
This one.
comments start?
I
Someone said that yes, you have to find a way to push yourself,
Oh,
you
yeah.
in competition for yourself to improve. Switch the language to what lesson did I learn, not what mistake did I make. That is true. And then I like happy grams too. We had something like that. Oh,
Sarah.
Sarah.
Sarah, yeah.
Something about happy grams that she would get like in school with her class.
Oh, that's cool. Happy grams.
Yeah, positive note.
Cool. Yeah, happy grams. That's so cute.
They should do that, in my opinion, for like people like at work and everything. That would
Yeah,
be
they should. That would help so much, right?
yeah. And then someone said, Elizabeth said, yes, always believe in yourself.
Always.
CA CA
Kathy.
Swanson.
That's Kathy.
Oh, that's Kathy? That said that?
Yeah, Kathy. Yeah.
Oh, but it says Elizabeth says that too.
Oh, no, sorry. Kathy is CA. CA is Kathy. I
Oh,
thought you were gonna do.
CA.
Yeah, it's Kathy.
Okay. I'm sorry, I'm literally reading the actual name of it. So Kathy said, I did that at Easter one year with 33 brownies, put down words like you're beautiful, courageous, etc. And at the end told them we all have these 33 positive qualities. Believe it.
Aw,
They loved it. Oh, yeah, I
that's
like that.
awesome.
They
That's
opened an Easter egg with a word and a chocolate.
that's awesome, man.
Yes. Oh no, my battery's at 1%.
All
I gotta
right.
check.
Just say as much as you can before you hang up. Okay, I'll say the rest. Okay, so Sarah says, I like the simple statement on the card, you matter. And yes, you matter. We all matter. We're so important. Kathy says, yes, Sarah, that's awesome. Sarah says, Roger, yes. Thanks. Sarah says, thanks, Kathy. Yeah, see, Sarah, Kathy. Sarah says, yes, I came from a toxic family. It's hard to love them. So now I say I'm going to connect, but only for a minute. Yeah, it's tough when you have family members that are toxic, right? That is the toughest. Tracy says, yes, Sarah, I have to distance myself from my older sister, who is 8 years older than me. She stresses me out and makes me sick. I have, is it colitis? Colitis? I'm so bad with names.
Colitis.
Colitis with bowels. Oh my gosh, Sai made it. You remember Sai? You don't remember Sai? I don't think you were here when she wished me happy birthday in the Philippines. It was such. Oh yeah, you weren't there on my birthday. You were celebrating your own birthday. Yeah. But Sai, I talk about Sai all the time.
Oh.
So Tracy says, hi, Sai, you missed me trying to go live. Yeah. Yeah. Tracy actually came live, but I don't know. Yeah, we forgot about that. She disappeared and didn't come back. What happened?
Yeah, I was thinking about Tracy. I've been wondering what happened to Tracy. Like, I still wonder.
Yeah. Okay, you know what? We're gonna have to get Tracy back on next time. But at least she came, right? That was so awesome to see.
Yeah, how come she can't come back on right now? Like,
I don't know. I don't know. But we had a cut. We were laughing and we didn't know why. So
Yeah.
Sai, yeah, we did have a great time. Tracy's first time. So everyone's gonna have their first time here, which is super amazing. So you still have that 1%. You're gonna disappear soon. Right,
Oh
Tracy?
no, my
Wait,
phone.
Natalie?
There's a thing about my cell phone. Okay, I have to use this thing.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Because I got a new iPhone 12 and the connector broke on me. They sent me a new connector with a new phone, and then the connector doesn't charge properly. So I'm back to what I was using for my old iPhone XR. That's broken, by the way.
That's the wireless charger, no?
That's the wireless charger.
Yeah. But is your phone plugged in right now, or it's she's gone. So Natalie's battery just died on her phone. Luckily, she told us before. So, but Natalie, she's probably not watching. But thank you so much, Natalie, for coming here and providing us with your positive energy. And you're always welcome to come on. I love to have you on my show because we all believe. Hopefully, you guys believe that she is just super positive, and that's why I love this channel. And love when you guys are here because, we're all spreading love and we're also amazingly kind, especially Sai. Sai says, sorry, I'm here somewhere trying to connect. Sai says, hello, Natalie. You're so beautiful. Sarah says, I did a gratitude tree for Thanksgiving and wrote about a word on each day on my post for November on Facebook last year. Wow, a gratitude tree. That's amazing. And wrote about a word on each day on my post. That's amazing, Sarah. Rita says hi to Sai. Kathy says thanks, Natalie. She is lovely. Yeah, she is definitely super positive. And again, the first time I met her on one of my lives, like she was just talking, but I could tell that it was all about love and it was all about being kind to people. So you guys can see it from her live. So Tracy says, Sarah, that's so awesome. Warm fuzzies are fantastic. Warm fuzzies. Oh, that's so cute. Sai says, hi, Rita. I'm somewhere. I can't connect sometime. Are you outdoors, Sai, in the sunshine? Because I'm jealous because it's not. Tracy and I are like, we're looking outside and it's like, it looks pretty cold outside. Gratitude sound tree. Yeah, it does. A gratitude tree sounds cool. There's so many cool things, right? Sai says I will catch up later. Okay, Sai, if you have to go, you can always rewatch my live too. Oh, by the way, I'm sure you guys are probably subscribed to my channel, but if you haven't subscribed yet, don't forget to click that subscribe button. And oh, don't forget to click the like button on the video as well. That would be super fantastic if you guys can do that. Josephine. Hey, Josephine, you're still here. Josephine says, I did enjoy the live show with Miss Natalie. Oh, that's awesome, Josephine. I didn't even know you were still here, Josephine. You're so quiet. But yes, thank you so much for staying. It is nighttime now, but the days are getting longer. And I can't wait until if we get more sunlight, because it's like, again, it gets dark at like around 5 p.m. And I don't think we see the sun until like when I want to go to sleep, like 6 a.m. No, I think it's like 6:30 a.m., right? So I can't wait until the summer. Sarah says, I lost service last time I was live with Patty. Oh, yeah, that's right, Sarah. You did. But I don't think we continue much longer after that. But we had a super amazing time. And I'd love to do that again. Just to have you guys on the show is just something special, right? Because most of the time I go live and I'm talking here alone. And sometimes I actually get off the live and it's been 2 hours. And this is when I'm talking alone, right, on my Facebook Live. And I'm like, wow, I can't believe I spoke for 2 hours. But it doesn't actually seem like it, because when I talk, actually, because I love talking and I have so much to say, it literally only feels like 30 minutes to me. So, I could talk for a long time, right, guys? But, I know everybody has things to do. Like myself, because I haven't eaten dinner yet. And if Patty was here, she'd be like, Roger, go downstairs and eat your dinner. You're very, very welcome, Sarah. I mean, the journey has been crazy, amazing so far. I mean, it was super tough at the beginning, obviously, because I had to go through my anxiety and depression. And I was talking about this my last live about, I don't think I'd be here today if I hadn't had gone through my anxiety and depression, if I hadn't had gone through my journey of going through that difficult time. Because in order, like, how I talk about lessons and stuff, about our life lessons, if I hadn't had gone through what I had what I had gone through, I wouldn't have learned all those things that I've been talking about. It's a lot of the things that I've been saying today is what I learned right through my journey, right? And just being able to connect with people all over the world, and to share my quotes with them and helping people to get better, to heal people, to give hope and strength. I think those are the two most things that come up the most when people reply to my quotes, is like, thank you for inspiring me, and thank you for continuously reminding me of my strength. I think that is the one thing I love to do, is because a lot of us tend to forget how strong we really are, right? Because at the current moment, if you're going through something dark, we feel that we've been beaten, or we feel that life is going to win, or we feel that we can't get over this hurdle, right? But then we have to remember and remind ourselves every single day, yes, I can. I've done it before. I can do it again. And after I finish accomplishing this difficult task, I will be that much stronger, right? And then when you kind of get that confidence in yourself, and you start to believe in yourself more, and you've been through a very tough time in your life, then when something happens again, you will be more prepared, right? You will be stronger than before. You will be braver than before, right? And that is these lessons that we have to take with us, right, as we move forward on our journey. And as we get farther and farther into our journey, we're going to learn a lot of things in life, right? And that's why time is so precious, what we do with our time and what happened to us in our past. This whole journey of ours is one huge story. It's our story, your story, right? Your story. You are creating your story every single day, right? And then hopefully we are all going to have a happy ending, right? Just as long as you continue to love yourself and you believe in yourself and you know that I think it was, I don't know if it was a Facebook post about you are destined to find the light. I think it was on my Instagram. I posted that we are destined to find the light. And some of you may have found it already. And some of you that are still searching for that light, do not give up, right? Never give up, because when you do find that light, you're going to live it, you're going to become it, and you're going to spread it, right? So, that's why thank you so much again, guys, for being who you are, being so loyal to my page, and my quotes helping you. It's this exchanging. I am giving you something and you are giving me something in return, and it's this cycle that's happening, and it's a positive cycle, right? And there's a reason why you probably come back to watch me, is because you feel something from it, or you're learning something from it, not just from me, but from the people that are in this chat as well, right? It's such a beautiful environment, right? So I love you guys so much. I do. I like, from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much. For everyone that's been here from the beginning to now. That's 2 hours. I'm at 2 hours and 10 minutes, guys. We've been here for 2 hours and 10 minutes. So, that is so amazing. Like, you guys could be doing something else right now. You guys could be watching TV or doing something else, but you guys decided to spend 2 hours of your time with me today. So Sarah says, yes, each step is a journey. Okay, let me go back a little bit. I'm going to go, there's so much. Tracy says, oh wait, Sai says, I went out with my friends to eat lunch. Oh my gosh, Sai's making me hungry. Tracy says, did you eat dinner? It has been 2 hours. No, I did not, Tracy. I actually ate an hour or two before, so I'm still not that bad, but I have dinner downstairs. I'll eat it after this. But I'm not super hungry, so don't worry. But I did drink a lot of water today. Patty would be like, good job. Sarah says, thank you, Roger, for all you do. I said that already. Tracy says, you better go eat dinner. Sarah says, I know the past 3 years. Who knew? It's crazy, right? 3 years. Kathy says, I agree, eat dinner so you can sleep earlier, says a woman awake to 6 a.m. last night too. You know what? I think, honestly, I'm probably going to try to sleep earlier. But if I sleep at 5 a.m., I'm probably going to wake up at 1 p.m., which is still not too bad. Sarah says, I think, look what I would have missed. Rita says, good night, everyone. Catch up soon. Sending love and hugs. Good night, Rita. Thank you so much for joining. I think she probably left already. Yes, each step. Sarah says, yes, each step, a journey of 1,000 miles starts with one step. Oh, I love that. That's beautiful. It does. So kind and wise, says Kathy. Tracy, never take a day for granted because life is too short. That is so true, Tracy. Sai says, miss all the live. Sai says, miss all the live. You can always rewatch it, Sai. It starts with glimmers of light, and that is so true, Kathy. Tracy says, good night to Rita. Sarah says, yes, I believe those loved ones will gather with us again. Sai says, love you all. Thank you for the rainbow, Sai. Little Sai loves rainbow. Tracy says, good night, Roger. Take care. It was fun. Good night, Tracy. I will see you on Friday. I don't know if you guys are still here. Kathy says, and you with us, thankful. Sarah says, we have lived through tough times. We've got this. Sending love to all. Yes, we have, and we do got this, right, Sarah? We all do. Pamela says, have a good evening. Pamela's still here again. Thank you. If you just joined, Pamela shared her story. And I did post a link. I'm going to post it again. Please check out Pamela's link after this. It is her video telling her a little bit about her story and her message about not giving up, right? It's so powerful. Please check it out after this, or you could click it now if you want. Tracy, not Friday night, All-Star Weekend. Okay, Tracy, actually, Friday I can't watch. I can't do it, right? You're right, because there's a Raptors game. Tracy, okay, so Saturday is going to be the Facebook Live, okay? And then maybe on Sunday I'll do the YouTube Live. Tracy says, good night. When is your next live, says Sarah. Sarah, my next Facebook Live, Sarah just reminded me, I was going to do it on Friday, but there is a Toronto Raptors basketball game on Friday evening. So I am going to do on Saturday evening as the Facebook Live. You guys should receive the notification. And then Sunday or Monday is going to be my next YouTube Live. So it's going to be another Inside the Mind of RLQ, and I'm going to talk about another quote. And I will message you all again my next YouTube Live. And yeah, I probably don't have to message you from my Facebook Live because you guys probably get my notifications. All right. So I guess everyone's gonna say good night because I know it's late for some people. Some people are still not even afternoon. Josephine, goodbye and love this live chat. Good night and do take care of yourself and stay safe and always. Thank you so much, Josephine. Good night, Tracy. Both Tracys. Sai for Hannah, Rita, and thank you again, Natalie. She's probably not watching right now for all that you did today. Joining me live. Tracy again for coming live. I'm gonna get you back next time, right, Tracy? I'm gonna have a Dairy Queen this week. Rita has left, and again, Pamela, thank you again so much for your story. And remember, if you do want to come live and actually share your story on a video chat, just let me know anytime. You got my messages, so you could just message me anytime. Kathy, thank you so much for staying from all the way from the beginning. I love you so much. Sarah, you too. You just being here means so much to me, and watching for 2 hours and almost 15 minutes. Who else am I missing here? Tracy's. You guys know who you are. Elizabeth. Trisha was here with her boyfriend. I believe it was Dave, and it was his birthday. Farhana, I know Farhana left. Thank you so much, Farhana. You guys know who you are. And again, I will probably see you again. I will message you again, all of you guys again, right? Before I go live, I will send you the link. Again, we do have such a Natalie's back. Oh, she's always been here, Natalie. Thanks, Natalie, for coming. I will let you know, Natalie, when our next live is. Again, I was saying that it's probably going to be on Sunday or Monday for YouTube, and Saturday for Facebook, because there's a Toronto Raptors basketball game on Friday night. So again, I will see you guys all next week. Actually, not next week. It's already Wednesday. I will see you in 2 days. Oh my gosh, I actually thought it was the weekend today. I will see you guys in 2 days. No. I will see you guys on 2 or 3 days on Facebook. And then I will see you in 5 or 6 days on YouTube again. So good night, everybody. Thank you again. Remember, your mind matters. I'm going to show it again. Your mind matters. Ba-bam. Your mind matters. And love yourself as much as you can. And try to take care of yourself as much as you can every single day. Treat yourself to the best to your ability, and try to be as happy as much as happiness as you can for yourself. Okay. So good night, everybody. Again, thanks, Natalie. Thanks, Pam, for your story. And I will see you, lovely, lovely people, in a few days on my next live. So good night, everybody. Take care. And I love you so much. Bye.